really wish we had gone with... Am I the only one that misses the nice, well-lit beach that doesn't involve lots of spoopy fog? Why are you sitting all the way away from the fire?
I'm just taking a moment to relax. I had a bit of a rough week.
Oh.
I just needed to rest a bit.
By yourself, away from everyone else?
Every now and then I just enjoy maybe a little bit of peace and quiet.
That's me, every day. All by myself. But, what exactly happened? Why was the week rough? Who hurt you?
Nobody hurt me. Well, not intentionally. It was more or less... It was more or less me overworking, trying to get our new location built.
I don't know anything like that sort of problem. Overworking, getting a location built. Nope, not me. I get plenty of rest every single day, and never, ever do things like forget to have meals or whatnot. The guild hall's looking great, though. It's just a lot more work than I thought it would be. Granted, I didn't think I'd be helping work on it, but then, you know, it helps to have tangible hands and stuff compared to the madame, who does not have tangible hands, and it takes more effort to move things when you can't physically touch them as easily.
Yes. As I spent probably most of the week just
Shadow is renegade. We cast free spells for session.
Conduit pipes, wires.
Unless you're Maya, and you drain the blood of other people and you cast more.
Oh boy. I never knew how heavy service wire would be after you start carrying about 50 to 100 feet of it.
Yeah, that would definitely do it.
And had a few galvanized pipes that nearly fall on me, so all is good.
Yeah, that certainly probably would not be a helpful thing, no? Yeah, in my case, my only thing is just, you know, hyperfixating on projects, as usual, and, well, I am the worst person about keeping track of time when I am working on fun things, but, you know, it's all worth it because it's for the sake of other people and improving their ability and, improving their ability to be close to other people in their own ways. And I wish I knew what that was like. What? But yes.
I will join the group here in a moment. It's just I needed a little bit of breaks.
Yes. Because sulking around far away from people because it's too overstimulating, that is my job. And I do it very well.
Yes, no, during the week I spend a lot of time with too many people. Running the club is can't get overtaxing.
Full of lots and lots of succubi that apparently like books. Speaking of, did you read them the book? Hello.
Oh,
Did they like the book?
I didn't read it though.
Oh.
They found someone else to focus on. Because admittedly, I wanted to keep reading it. And they're kind of scary.
True. Well,
you were right though, cause it is a good book.
yeah, no, I was gonna say, surprisingly in-depth with the, descriptions.
Yeah, look, admittedly, I didn't know it was a novel, because I just tried to grab all the books, and...
Yeah, look, I didn't specify the thing, but, you know, funnily enough, that thing in Chapter 11, that probably could be replicated. I could probably make that. I should try that.
Is this about that book that you were talking about? In the group chat?
Maybe.
Yes.
The porn one?
It's not porn. Well, it is, but it isn't.
Okay.
It's smutty.
It is descriptive.
Smutty. Don't you go.
Okay.
It's still
Anyways, once again, it's
Hello.
nothing to be embarrassed about.
Hello, Elise.
So, don't worry about it too much.
I don't know why I gasped.
A new phrase that I'm going to hear in my ear. And she's hooked onto a new phrase that I'm going to hear in my ears for the rest of my days.
I'm sorry.
And now my mischievous bringing up of topics that make people engage with each other has been successful.
Fucking book alone. I will put you off the balcony again.
No,
Just remember,
it's violence.
I got some succubus on speed dial, and a certain.
Okay, now that's a bit dangerous.
Sure, I can.
Hey, Echo. They're allowed to do that if people
Yeah.
are going to not get scolded for saying that they're going to throw Jaden off of a balcony.
Okay, fair enough, actually. But let's try not to threat people with violence. Both of you.
That suddenly popped up.
Oh, I'm not threatening phones, I'm threatening a good time.
But anyways.
Jaden's actually scared of them, so dude.
I was going to say,
They're fine,
I know
they're
it.
not gonna
A
harm
lot of it
you.
kind of took some really artistic liberties
say
about
so.
what I think is actually possible, but
How old are you?
I think the idea is
Well, I mean, it's a
probably.
novel, so...
I think the idea is probably possible. But I'd probably have to figure out how to do stuff first, based off of whether or not I can make the thing for Kisei, which I've been trying to work on, but it is really hard to make.
Did you find anything in those books? With the
Yeah, yes and no. It's just, it's a complicated
Complicated?
subject. Yes, even for me. But mostly because it's really hard to figure out how to make make all the like little lines inside of material without actually opening the material, and also because you're like, well, if you do it wrong, it could possibly send shards of crystal all over the surrounding area, including yourself.
Please be careful.
Yeah.
One.
Oh, yeah, please.
If anyone can do it, I know that you can.
Well, I appreciate it.
Do you
And-
need me to find more books for you, or...?
No, I think it's just a matter of sticking.
You know that if you keep
to
checking
it.
books out from the library in bulk like that, they might limit your library card.
It's not
Well-
always from libraries. I go to actual bookstores and buy some of them.
Oh,
And also, that would only be a problem if he didn't bring them back, which he does very quickly, because I get finished with them very quickly.
True.
Spriggans is scary.
As long as you're
Did I
properly
tell you
taking care
about
of
the-
yourself.
Did I tell you about the bus, Spriggan?
You mentioned it in the comms how they were shooting daggers at you figuratively for
Did I
having
miss
a stack of
this?
books.
I must have missed this in the comms.
That's
Okay,
because you have them
so
muted.
I'm also over to her place.
I
On
don't
the
actually
bus.
have them muted. I just have
Over
times
to
when I
her
do
place.
sleep, surprisingly enough.
I was carrying the books, and, well, turns out tree people don't like it when you're carrying tree corpses. Those were Dumble's words, not mine. 'Cause
I
I
believe
planted
I believe the term, the title was
Oh, yeah,
The
you
Artificer
could say
in the
what-
Moonlight.
Yeah, slightly.
A book that they may or may not actually write.
Have you kept your deal up so far?
Yes, I have.
Because I brought something extra sweet today that I baked. Or at least I tried to bake it. I hope it's good enough.
Jackass.
Shade said.
You love me. Love you too.
Uh-oh.
The fox,
Ooh.
no!
The flux. The flux. Come back to us.
I'm back. Anyways, yes, I do have something extra sweet today in terms of actual snacks.
Oh, hello there.
Let's look forward to it. I do a nice 180 real quick.
Like,
Interesting.
Hello.
Patrons, if I may ask.
I'm a bartender
Hello.
at a inn, and so those are the type of patrons I speak of.
Oh. How you doing?
I'm doing okay. I'm making progress
I'm
and
glad.
making lines inside of crystals without them exploding.
We provide drinks.
Yes. Good job.
Only
I still need to study with you along the way.
only a few things that have gone boom. Just a few, but they were tiny.
You seem to
They
have.
only and they
You seem to have all
only
your limbs.
and they only mildly hurt with the shrapnel.
Oh.
I have a
Do
lot
you
of
get shrapnel? Are you okay?
I have a lot of welts.
Walk up on some for the guild hall event.
Oh, okay. It wasn't that bad of shrapnel. I was thinking the shrapnel that goes inside.
No.
Those
It's just
bad
a lot. It's just a lot of crystal. It's like a thing will pop, except then it's like, but it just stings and there's a lot of.
Where? I have painkiller and lotion with me. If it'll help.
Nah, it's okay. It's just right. It's just they're like a lot of little tiny like little spots where it's just kind of like all the skin's like all at me. But it's just really, it's a lot harder to do that than I felt because it's like really intense. You have to like, you know, beam the stuff through, but like, I don't know how to describe it, but it works. And I'm like, I have like one that's like partially done, but there's like so many more lines to do, and they're not all straight lines, and that's really hard when they're all curvy.
Okay. I am glad. I want to learn too, and to study with you.
I will try my best.
Also, this is an interesting place.
Yeah, it's like a someplace that's like kind of like in a nature park sort of thing, but she kind of got it because it kind of was a bit more reminiscent of well, comfortable conditions for some other people that are a bit not well served by
Light sensitive?
bleach. Yeah.
Ah, this reminds me of the Whispering Wood a little bit.
I was gonna say, given the fact that like shade can actually, you know, be out and physical here without it hurting.
I remember her. She asked me what makeup was, cause she saw my eyeliner.
Now they have learned a lot more things and have had their vocabulary expanded in corrective ways.
Good. Chaos.
Understandable. But, yeah, it's just stuff that's kind of working on here and there. And making myself actually rest, because if I don't, Echo will pout at me and it will be bad.
Resting can be fun. Resting can be fun. In its own way.
Yeah, but I could do so much more when I'm not having to lay down and, like, keep my eyes off of things.
The mind is willing, but the body is squishy and fragile.
I'm not squishy.
Well, everyone's squishy. I'm squishy.
I'm just small and benign.
You are small and benign. You are very cute, small and benign.
I have no need for the goat, darling.
Well, it could be a food as well.
Has Mona arrived?
Unless she is somewhere else, I don't think so. Like, it's hard to tell of her because you can't tell until she's like right there.
Oh, so, hello, Shade.
Hello, Poppy.
Yes. Well,
What?
these are popping. I'm not popping. I was telling her what popping meant, which is like a colloquial term to describe when something is like standing out in context of the stuff around it. So eyeliner is made to make your eyes pop, but it's meant to be a color, like pop color.
I don't understand how.
He is on fleek.
Who is teaching you these things?
I did.
I got the cookies from Maddie.
Why?
I didn't see Maddie, I just gave them to Aurora.
She asked me all my makeup, and
is learning.
They
I
need
asked me all my makeup.
they,
and I
they need to
explained-
know the words before they learn all the slang.
Well, I explained what the slang meant because they asked me what popping meant. Because someone said your eyes are popping. And then I explained what popping was, and then someone said fleek, and I explained what fleek was.
Oh my god.
And so the spirits translated. But that did not start out with me.
You are ridiculous.
Is this wrong?
No. I don't know why. It's amusing. So your eyes are on fleek, huh?
Yes, and they pop. Because of the makeup. The eyeliner.
Eyeliner.
Yeah.
It's also a testament how pretty your eyes are. They don't have any of that, and it still pops.
My life isn't as exciting as it was.
Good bunny.
Head pets. She's head petting you.
What?
I left that job of.
You have been patted.
I have been patted.
Fair enough, fair enough.
I have been patted again.
And again.
So many pats. How will I handle them?
Again.
Oh, is it Patty and Elise time? Oh, what's the worst that she?
I'm sorry, what?
I seem
Is
to
it
be.
Patty and
I
Elise
seem to
time?
be compatible. Where-
You're getting a pat for that.
Yippee!
You're getting a pat for that.
Compatible. Not if you are, but I haven't done anything like that in quite some time, so I don't believe.
Looks like a box.
Yeah, so you know how she was when you were discussing it with Charles at one time.
Box.
I don't know if I'll see in that box when I just. Huh? What the hell? Uh-oh.
The box seems to be a person. Or a person inside a box.
I am just a box. I would suggest you start speaking the truth, friend. I am not a friend, I am a box. I'm gonna go get Wolfram. Since the only other member of security.
Oh,
okay.
they're gone.
That seemed a little.
Don't worry about him. He's, him.
Most people are them.
Hi. My name is
Typically in the business of crowding people in corners.
I was told that there was fighting or something.
There's
There was a person inside
not.
a box, and now
There's not
they're not in a
fighting.
box.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm not gonna crowd anyone in the corner. Jaden's already telling them. It's fine.
Come along.
It is quite sweet, so you might be able to taste it.
Let's see. Is there anybody over in the cabin? Is there anybody in the cabin? Because if she's here, maybe she's in the cabin. I just don't feel so. Yeah, it's kind of like it's one of the places out and about here. There's like a watchtower thing that's like a for the people like that like used to kind of like live in the area and like oversee things. Although it's really hard to see things when it's like really foggy. So I don't know if they like didn't think about that too hard or if it wasn't always this foggy. It's just like, you know, time of year sort of thing. I don't know. I don't know much about the area. I just know that it's
There's certain species of Fae that have more than one type of vision, or their vision is particularly penetrative, that they can see through the fog.
Well, I mean, give it. This place isn't.
Maybe the caretakers have such vision.
Maybe. I was gonna say it's if this place was more Fae connected, I could kind of see that, but I don't know if that's necessarily the case here. I don't. I actually
it does
don't.
remind me of the Whispering Wood, or the Dark Fae. You know, the Whispering Wood is a lot scarier in terms of walking off in the distance to somebody or someone else.
Oh.
That's how I got to the Inkwell, walking through the Whispering Wood.
Is it somewhere that's kind of close to the Feywilds then?
It's in the Feywild. It just has breaches into the material plane.
No, I mean Inkwell.
So Faye can walk through. Inkwell is not close. It is adjacent somewhat.
Oh, okay. But I mean, I think I already have enough reason to worry about wandering off in the Feywild than just the fact that it's extra scary. After all, I am very wanted by all the Fey, obviously. Everybody wants to have.
True.
Everybody wants to see the benign.
Yes. Well, in the Whispering Wood, you, unlike other parts of the Fae, you would just be walking off into the distance, and suddenly you're in a different part of the Fae. Or suddenly you might be in the material plane. Or you just might be lost for a long time.
Adventure! Or something like that.
Echo's got brownies. They're full of marshmallows.
Ah, I see. A subtle way of trying to offload the marshmallows onto everybody else.
What else am I going to do with 50 pounds of marshmallows?
Oh, come on, we've eaten through most of them.
No, we haven't.
There's still a lot.
No, we haven't. We've only been using the normal ones, and it's only been about a few bags.
Oh, God.
They were 1 pound bags. There's 25 of the normal ones, and then the individually wrapped peeps.
That's a lot of. It's a lot of peeps.
25 pounds of individually wrapped peeps.
Oh, I got marshmallow shaped like a bird.
And covered in sugar.
Bunny! Bunny!
Oh, that makes sense.
I am still brownieless.
Yeah, my teeth hurt as well, thinking about it.
What do you mean? You have all the brownie points.
But I am not able to spend them on physical brownies.
Back over to the brownie.
Best food I've ever had.
I didn't know you didn't have them when you had the brownie.
Here you go.
This brownie.
Take your. Wow. Have your nice sweet brownie. The sweets win today. I'm sorry. Here you go.
There we are. The reaction I was looking for.
I'll ship in for you.
Hi, Elise.
I'm
It was such a wonderful moment to greet me, miss.
It's a mess, but that's a whole other conversation.
Hello, Sunflower.
Not gonna ask.
Hello, Mona.
Hello, Jaden. You're in the brooding pose. Did something happen?
No, someone new showed up. Beastkin.
On my foot.
Oh my goodness! You!
Hello. My name is
Such a cute little creature. Nice to meet you. Oh, my name is Madam Mona.
Does this on purpose.
Oh, yeah.
You do know that it's going to be even more rampant because of the fog, right?
Yes, it was.
The shade has already been loving it.
Yes, I'm well aware.
Elise.
Either way,
Yes.
Should have occurred to you for half a second that you may have picked this spot for a reason.
And I might need to reset the
Yes,
I can scare the shit out of us.
I've
Yes?
kind of noticed.
Yes.
I've kind of noticed.
Do enjoy.
Did you not
By
get
the way, Elise,
What?
Elise,
What?
I did give her one, but technically speaking, I owe her a second one. Because she did keep her part of the deal for this week so far. So if you want your second one, just come and ask me, and I'll get you a second one. Do you want it now? Okay.
Sweet things.
How are you doing?
Oh, quite wonderfully.
There you go.
No one has been eaten by whatever's making you noise.
There you go.
Don't worry about him. I gave him a good belly rub. No, he's just... I said
You can if you want to. Okay, come on.
Good to know.
I'm on the security today.
I see.
What?
Yeah. I'm keeping all of these.
Nice fellows, they were drinking.
Let's say volatile things away from you all. So if you see me run off into the woods, don't worry. I'm scaring no one you should care about.
What's out here that I should be worried about?
Nothing!
Only me.
Nothing at all!
Yes, as she said, she's taking care of them, so nothing.
Definitely ignore the growling.
Nothing will ever get close to you, dear.
Nothing to worry about them.
If there's something growling out here, I'll deal with it.
Oh no, there is growling. But that entity is nice and puckered up.
Let security handle it regardless, Jaden.
Fine.
It's what we are here for.
I hope you're doing well. But he has marshmallows. That's it.
Hello. Was that you?
And I am here for moral support. I think.
It is quite good to see you as well.
How have you been doing well?
I have that thing in chapter 6. I think if you can get it working, I might be able to use that at work.
Welcome.
I can use it, Diddy can use it.
Okay, well, do you want that first or the wings? Because I can only do one thing at a time.
The wings! I want the wings first. Wings first, because I ordered that first. The other thing we can put at the end of the line.
Okay,
Because, well, you need to work out if it's actually possible to make first.
Well, then...
Do you need me to bring the book back over?
No.
Figure out how it's described, or...
I have it memorized.
Spectral entities, particularly stronger
I suppose the friend of the goggles kinda memorizes everything for you, to some degree.
module to help with that and talking to you.
Lucky. Go for like 5 hours to read that book.
It's going to be an issue.
Yeah. So how many stacks of books are there now? 20? 25?
Unread or read?
Yes.
Well, unread, we're actually basically through most of them. I've just kind of pulled the ones that are actually kind of helpful what I'm doing and have them set aside so I can kind of like look at them and refer to them multiple times. And going through all of them, I've just kind of filled them up with a bunch of shelves. So I don't know what their exactly stacks are, but I have organized them.
Well, speaking of the matter,
As long as you can find them.
I can find them.
If I find any more on the skull glass, I'll see if I can get them.
I mean, I think at this point, with how few, since I'm not like actively trying to like pour through a bunch of things, I'm pretty sure I could probably do some targeted looking myself. So I think I should be good at that point.
it was just...
I don't want to get too many books just laying around.
Somewhere might be. What's that place called? Bacarian? I think it's called. They have like a whole bunch of magic shops.
I don't. What
checking that out.
Living quarters best
Yeah.
suited for those who
I haven't been there. I think he said he's been there.
I've heard of it. I think
once or twice.
So I know what you're talking about.
Obviously, there's also good for recreation,
Yeah.
exercise for those
Oh,
who need it.
I think they do the testing for the mana as well. I think.
One, probably. I mean, if they have magic shops, I wouldn't be surprised if they had that service there too.
Obviously, I'll have to.
I mean, it makes sense to me at least.
Oh, how'd you like the tea?
I'll definitely keep it in mind.
It's good.
I just want to make a list before.
So what I'm hearing is you want more at some point.
Okay. I only want to.
If you're in the area.
It's gonna be my
I don't want. It's only if you're in the area. Don't go on a trip just for me, please.
Either way.
I won't. But if I am at that shop anyway, I'll get you some.
Well, that's what I mean. If you're there for your own purpose, that has nothing to do with me, then go for it.
That's right.
Is there a Keith's place? I might check it out. He hasn't been answering his phone, and I'm getting a little bit concerned.
I don't really know them too well, so I can't really help you with that.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, no, I know.
I should explain.
Actually, I barely know him, so...
Literally made so much boom as it took off.
Yes.
He's a cop. Works, well, private investigator, rather. Works with, what's his face? Detective, terrorist.
Oh, DT. Carlisle, whatever. I don't know. I know them when I see them.
Alonzo Carmine, or whatever the fuck his name. I don't know. Honestly, I stopped listening to him at one point.
I mean, after a while, he just kinda... It kinda just becomes...
It started going on about a drink, and I heard like the first half, and then it just kind of dissolved into gibberish.
Was this the same drink that he always screams after whenever he describes it?
Yes. The one involving Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yes, I'm well aware of that one.
I'm sure not to overwork myself, I promise.
If you want the cafe to be open for longer, you can have other people pick up shifts.
If you're gonna turn around, do it slowly.
Hours?
Is Shade behind me?
I know.
Oh! Hello! I thought it was going to be Shade.
No, I just want to get up at ice right now.
She's over there.
Hi, Devil.
Oh,
yes?
Okay.
What?
She's enjoying herself because of the fact that she can be out and about without having to worry about the sun because of the fog.
She could be anywhere. She could be nowhere. She could be right underneath your feet.
I mean, she usually is.
She's already... I mean, I usually know when she's there because she's cold. Then my toes get cold.
You're cold.
I'm sort of used to it at this point.
I like it.
Thank you.
I like being cold because it's it's easier to sleep when I'm cold.
It's like I explained the other day. It's like you gotta have the blankets wrapped up, but you gotta have one foot sticking out.
You know, I was gonna say I like being nice and cold, but then I also like being cold when I'm working on the stuff, especially when you're like, you know, trying to steadily put stuff through crystals so they don't crack and pop and
helps you focus.
Yeah, helps me focus and not make them crack and shatter all over the table. It's a work of art.
You work with temperature controlled.
Not so much temperature control, just more of a you have to follow follow what patterns exist within the material, because if you don't and you make your own path, they kind of get really angry with you, and then they go. Psh. Magic stuff is very mean like that.
Magic's weird.
It's very cool. And you can't do everything with the stuff that I do, so this is for everything else, and then I'll be like, okay, how close can I push them together until they're looking at her and be like, play nice.
Are you talking about magic and tech together?
Maybe. When you get really good at it, there's not a whole lot of difference between the two. I'm just saying.
Pretty sure at a fundamental
Someone
level
told
they
me
can be
once
slightly
that
different.
magic's used to describe what science can't explain.
Am I wrong?
I mean,
So it also depends on what kind of magic you're dealing in, I guess, whether it's elemental or non-elemental or runic or...
Some things
There's a lot
kind
of
of...
different types of magic.
Some things kind of work, but I don't really know what... I mean, I just work with the material. Hi, Shade!
Doing okay?
Hello.
Hello, Shade.
Enjoying yourself since you can be out and about?
I'm recognized that guy. I've seen him in call a few times.
Yeah. I mean, there's a handful of people I saw that seem to be, newer-ish, and at least I thought I saw someone else, but I don't know where they went.
I see 3 at the moment, and then there was also that beast person that you showed me.
Yeah, the beast skin.
The one that
was
the box.
The box, but not a box.
Super sneaky.
Maybe the box is an illusion.
Miss Shade, would you like another brownie?
Yeah.
You technically got no. Was it too much crap?
Okay.
Thank you for the duct tape. Holy shit, I needed it.
You never quite explain why you needed duct tape.
Because duct tape fixes anything.
Because I had a flat and I needed a quick, fast, and in a hurry fix for that, so I peeled the tile off the rim.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
On the backside of it and drove home. So I
duct tape will fix holes in a wall.
If you are able to do things of that sort, then security will be just fine. Otherwise, try
Very nice, very nice.
Signs of the resources.
Like weed money. She can make anything out of money.
Yep. Honey.
So I got back to Isaac's place today. And I think today is like the most messy I've seen it since I had to move in there.
Is that the case, huh?
Well, he told me to, quote, leave his apartment for the weekend. He got up, he answered the door, he was tired as shit, and then he went back to bed. Which tells me either Finley was still there or Finley had just left.
Why were they tired?
I don't know, why do you think they were tired? The not dating Orc vampire asked their not roommate to vacate their not shared apartment for the weekend.
I don't know. I didn't know that. I didn't know that they were also there. I thought Finley lived with someone else.
And no.
Also, if you need someone to come help clean, and you know I'm always available.
That's an Ice question, not a me question.
But yeah, I mean,
I cannot oversee them.
I don't know.
I think they may have been testing that thing you made for eyes all weekend.
Oh!
There you go. There you go.
I feel like I just missed a comment that I would have quite enjoyed.
That would explain a lot. Oh, I'm an enabler, aren't I? Oh, goodness.
Yes, a little bit. I mean, I just crashed at release, so...
Well, I didn't think it would be that much of a hit just to be able to, you know, kiss. Look, I don't know. I make things that make other people able to enjoy company of each other. I focus on them a lot more than me. I don't really benefit from most of this. I just do it because it's nice and it makes people happy.
Yeah, well, that's fair. Yeah, no, me and Aaron got kicked out for the weekend.
Well, hopefully you had somewhere to go.
I stayed at Rollins all weekend. Rollins got a spare room, so I kinda just crashed there. And it's a bed that actually, you know,
Well,
fits
now I've seen them while I'm not, you know, deliriously tired. Also, hello.
She's right next to me, isn't she?
Yes.
Yes, she is.
Hi.
Hi. How's the new place treating you?
Hi, Ring.
Hey, how's it going? Yeah, my place going.
That's good.
This is
Elise.
See what I mean?
Yeah?
See what I mean?
No, this is not the. This is.
What am I holding? What'd you give me?
This is the more.
What is this?
You recognize the little hover drive in 6.
Oh.
It's not broken. It was one of only 2 things to survive. The motor proved to be a bit too much power for the bike. We crossed a wire.
bit weird.
Accidentally linked engine start to accelerator. And it winded Mach 2 into a wall.
I can't help it. I'm just.
But I spent so much effort fixing this.
No, look at it. It is intact. It is completely intact.
I know, but
It's just the same as when you fixed it.
I mean, I know, but I fixed it with the intent of it working with everything else, and now it's not.
Listen. Do you think Via's just going to give up there because bike is gone?
I mean, when it's me, sometimes yes.
Via had idea. Crazy idea, but got it from a video game. She's going to attach hover drive to a 2x4 with some skills. Take the old twist accelerator that survived the crash. And link it up together, and Via is going to make herself a hoverboard.
Okay, but I don't know how street legal that is comparatively to a bike, so
Who
just...
said anything about legal?
You're fine. Just shell shock is a bit extreme, especially for
For the same thing that I said in the comms, please do not... I do not condone or endorse people making questionable legal decisions.
No, Via will keep it for fun things, but not right on street with it.
Do not admit to or allude to crimes past, present, or future.
Understood. But Via's insurance covered the motorcycle.
That's good. I'm just saying, I don't want to be
use the money to get a new one.
I don't want to be liable for any of the things that you people talk about in my comms.
You see, Via found an indoor hoverboard racetrack circuit. That's where she will do it.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Pinky promise.
We have
Wait, I just realized you're no longer a bad man.
I have to like literally hold the whole thing.
my normal outfit.
He's always a bad man.
Anyways, also.
How is that funny? This is...
I've been trying to make heads or tails of this, and I was wondering if you could make a simplified version of some kind at all. She holds a book. It says Elder Fothrock for Dummies.
Alright.
It says what?
The ruined
Anything.
Elder Fothrock.
I understand quite.
It is how the ruins on Wolfram are made. Is using that language.
You haven't seen the half of it.
Ah, okay. I mean, presently for me, I don't know how easily this might be something more for Double. They like rune.
Maybe.
Is
it just runes or is it?
It is language and runes.
Those are just
okay.
older ones. There are some that you will call younger.
Oh yeah. Yeah, like I don't want to be the one that everyone comes to for everything. I hope I'm trying to pick up the magically things.
Elder is just older. Younger is.
Well, that comment has me slightly curious.
Newer.
Yes, hello.
I have the best way I can describe it.
Does that hurt? Your nose
To be honest,
helicoptering.
the way it walks around, I don't know if it has any nerves.
No, it's quite alright. My nose is a refined instrument.
Okay, as long as it doesn't hurt, because I feel like if my nose did that, that would probably be a sign that something is really wrong because it's not supposed to be able to stretch.
Let's just say it's an interesting
from a mile away.
Correct. I absolutely could.
What are we all not interesting physiology?
Well, I think we officially have the guild bloodhound if anybody gets lost.
Exactly. That is in fact one of my strengths.
But what if they don't have a scent?
Well then, that's
Guess they're dead. Understood.
Well, no. My nose is very finely tuned. I'm sure if given enough time, I can smell concepts. I don't quite understand how, but it's happened before.
What does a concept smell like?
They said.
Can you smell colors?
Elise said, "What if they don't have a scent?" And I said, "That's what."
I have smelled. I can smell gods. It smelled of lilac. It smelled of brimstone, and it smelled of purple.
Very true.
What does purple smell like?
What does purple smell like?
Elise. Purple smells like purple, obviously.
What does that
It's most probably harder.
Just like the same way that
Also, I heard my name.
tastes like red.
Yes, hello.
Hello, it is me.
Red Gatorade doesn't fruit
Hello.
punch. It has distinctive flavors.
Yeah?
Yes, that one I can't explain. That's
Oh,
just,
right.
It's just flavored.
Yes, remember you did technically meet her while you were dead asleep after staying up.
No, that's the point. I didn't. That's why I was so tired.
You technically did. You just don't remember it because you were so tired and you need to take care of yourself.
I'm an adult. I can handle myself just
work it
fine.
done or not, I'm.
You do it.
So need to be careful.
Well, hope you're doing well.
Hey.
Well, yes. If in any case,
I think
I
you can
just
do
wish
it.
to introduce myself. I am Jack.
Alright.
It is a pleasure to meet
my
you all.
time packing stuff.
I'm Elise.
I'm not really packing a whole lot. I just got
one
like
of the-
It is a pleasure. Do you handshake or do you do fist bumps?
I'm a handshaker. I don't mind.
Yes. Well, it is just, I think I probably should have asked that before reaching out for a handshake, because there have been quite a few people that I've come across who would much rather deal with fist bumps because of, well, previous interactions or general paranoia. So I think it is just something that I should be checking out.
Previous interaction to general paranoia.
Every single time.
Are you Faye?
Correct, but not for me in particular.
Okay, well, see, you're not the first person who has said pretty much an exact general explanation, so I'm kind of used to it. I mean, I am very close to people from the face, so I'm kind of used to it at this point.
I spoke to Via about this, by the way. Via did not know this because Via never asked her father. Cheshire are from the Winter Court.
Hello, I'm Jarl Wolfram.
My father is Cheshire.
Ah, right.
Ah,
Well,
no wonder you have all these. You two are part of the many that apparently just want to pick me up and swoop me away because they just adore me too much.
That's not what
Swoop you away? No,
I don't
just
know.
want to give you comfort, that is all.
That qualifies. That qualifies. This is also a joke because I've been I get the.
So, what?
What is going on? I think fucking turntable.
I just know them.
I didn't realize that.
Also, hi. I have not actually said hi, and you've been like sitting here for like at least 10 minutes.
Anyways, sorry for interrupting.
It's fine, I'm enjoying the company of everyone. Hello, I am Venny.
Jenny, hi. I'm Elise. Like I was going to say before I got like mentally sidetracked, I'm basically the head of the craftspeople within the guild. Primarily a technologically based person, but I have been healthfully studying at a healthy pace. For legal reasons that I must state, because of agreements said in a verbal contract, things for magical-based solutions as well. At a healthy pace that I am getting proper amount of rest for.
See, the fact that you're highlighting that so heavily makes me think you're not, but I'm not your keeper, so...
I see. Well,
finally, someone who actually just lets me work in peace. But for real, I have... The incident they were referring to was when I got absorbed into amount of pile of books I was in and lost track of time for 72 hours. And then proceeded to go to Inkwell and...
shutting out the world.
Yeah, you
I'm
can
going to
imagine
replace
how
the
that
motor
worked.
turning my ice cream maker with your nose.
That is for sure.
A week, I think, was the longest I continuously was researching this artifact that was quite valuable to the inn at the time. And yes, the only reason I had to stop was more of a force of, like, it was kind of a collapse at the end of the week type of deal.
Yeah, I mean, I was fine until I, like, stopped, and that's kind of when it caught up to me. But at that point, I was already halfway there,
completely.
so I just kind of went the rest of the way on autopilot.
But it's true.
Understandable.
And also, I was trying to, you know, get something energizing to drink there, because I know they have some magical drinks that do that, and then I was gonna get right back to it.
It's just what I do, okay?
But then I got scolded and got dragged to be forced to go take a nap. And then I slept for 12 hours, and then I was like, all good, and then I got right back to it. So it was all good.
So easily.
Well, it's at least good to have people looking after you.
Yeah, even if they can be a little bit forceful with it.
It just shows the amount of love they have for you.
Yes, even if she doesn't like it, sometimes because they are so pushy.
I'm gonna curb my tendencies. My comments.
I just want to be able to work on projects if that's so bad.
It's still I never considered it. Where
did they go?
She's my sister. I don't look at her that way.
I couldn't even quite see who said the comment.
What I said is...
Who?
They're doing that again, aren't they?
She said you're hot.
I don't quite know where you're. Oh, awesome.
I'm right in front of you. Hello.
Hello.
I suppose that's
They're in the goggles.
Yeah.
I see. Okay.
Patting my shoulder.
That would be my assistant.
Ah, of course. Okay.
What, do you not like how I grew it out over the years? Instead of cutting it?
They seem to exist solely for the sake of poking fun at me in this environment sometimes. It is absolute bullying. I tell you what.
Well, obviously they have to be good for something, otherwise you probably wouldn't put up with it.
They are very skilled and helpful, so that's kind of why. So, in many ways, yes.
Someone sit for a little while longer. You can sit down if you want, by the way. She can't sit there, right?
Yes. Unless there's somebody sitting there that I don't know about. Because earlier it was double, but now double's on the rock.
Then they're gonna have a great time with me on their lap.
Oh. Understandable.
We had a guy who could do teleportation, but it wasn't very far distance.
I feel like my energy is drained just by having to be around.
You're welcome.
What is that supposed to mean?
It means that he needs his big sister to help him sleep at night. He needs his little huggy wuggies.
You say big sister, but it was like
5 hours.
And those 5 hours will be lorded over you for the end of time.
This is very true.
It's practically the job of siblings.
Such is the way.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure if they had somebody that was 5 hours before them, they'd probably do the same thing.
They don't, because he's the oldest of us 5.
That's why it was a hypothetical. Just in case.
Yes, I'm doing quite right. This is my first time here, so I'm just
Hello, S. I hope you're having a good day.
Honestly, I did not notice how similar you two do look.
Yeah.
I mean, we're from the same
I'm
club.
better looking one though.
Yes, this is one of my sisters.
Hey.
I think you both have your charms about you.
Yeah, just you have so much hair in front of your eyes. It makes it hard to see.
Yes, we normally don't see your eyes.
They're on purpose.
Something to hide.
It just happens. Self-confidence.
I don't see why you wouldn't have any self-confidence. You look quite good, and I think you should flaunt it a bit.
Usually the only undead I deal with are my clients.
Thank you. But I admire you.
Non-physical undead don't really have a be my
Yes, I've been keeping safe. I've been also busy doing my errands.
You've been giving yourself breaks too, right? You're not just getting on to me about that.
I take breaks.
How often?
And what do you do on those breaks?
Undead who wish to repair
I bake.
themselves or
Yeah.
And clean.
Yeah.
I sell corpses.
And go on walks.
To the store.
Yes, where do you source your corpses from?
That's a yes.
Most places where there are accepting
I take breaks. I also do my nature walks. I do take actual breaks, like when I go out for a walk with Kaiser.
You take breaks?
Oh yeah.
I suppose the question is what the definition of a break is for a particular person.
How long are your breaks, Echo?
How long? It's
I am
usually
new
the
here, yes. I am Venny True, at your service.
Any day I don't have shifts here, or I take appointments or things like that.
Nice to meet you, S.
I take breaks. I also make sure to get plenty of sleep. Speaking of sleep, we need to fix your sleep.
I'll keep this in mind. Thank you.
People who lose their lives and die.
What was that?
I think it's fine.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What? Hang on.
Maybe one day we can hear the full version.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
It's fine now since you're in your own place.
Yes, me and Jack work together.
You know.
Yeah.
When you're not.
The same end.
What?
Oh, that place you talked about, I think it's
Yeah, the big and I work together, co-workers.
Ah.
Bartender and I bring in the food.
I was gonna say, is like, they are the bartender, you are not.
Yeah, I am not. Unfortunately.
Here we go again.
Though I have been learning.
I'm not embarrassed.
Understandable.
Thank you. It's more of a marking for work. It serves some purposes, type of thing, but yes.
It has its perks to having this.
I see. That's only works.
Extremely high-end senses of smell
Yeah?
and hearing. I can find
Connections. Connects with some of the.
Why are you waving your arms in her face?
Because she keeps saying that I'm embarrassed.
To communicate with us with it.
Yeah.
What are you?
No.
Are you?
No.
You're embarrassed that you saw your sister naked?
No.
Oh, what?
No. Then why do you insist I wear something?
Because you can catch a cold if you sleep naked.
That's what covers are for.
Yeah, blankets.
It helps you not overheat.
Sleeping naked is also more comfortable a lot of the time.
Look, if that's what she wants.
Yeah.
Can be.
Works for me.
Now, granted, I'm a vampire.
You're the one that mentioned this in front of everyone.
Good to see it too.
This one has been hogging my kitchen, making money all day.
Hello, Larson.
Evening, Elise.
Good to
How's
see
it
you.
going?
It is going okay, good.
Always blossoms around this time of year.
Made any progress with that spell glass stuff?
Just a little bit. It's just really hard to keep the things steady while you're inscribing stuff, and I've already caused a couple of them to crack. And, well, cracking is the best outcome in that case. It's not the easiest thing to do, but, you know, it's, nothing usually is the first couple times.
I'm doing it again.
Oh yeah. No one's a professional first shot out, so it'll
Yeah.
take some time to perfect your techniques. You said you have problems keeping it steady? Did you need some sort of like vice or something to help keep
Well, no, it's just,
the glass
you know,
or whatever it is you're inscribing still?
No, it's just, you know, different kind of energy than you're used to working with, so it's a bit of a harder thing to keep. Well, it's like, I know what to feel for when it's like,
It's
you
like
know,
learning to work with new tools.
yeah, it's like, well, like I know like current flows and such, but like, well, when it's a different kind of substance entirely, even if it's not coming from me, it's a bit harder to just, you know, reach out and touch it and be like, ah, yes, I know what's going on here.
So, like working with any sort of new medium, it's a matter of trial and error until you learn
pretty much.
Intricacies. Well, I'm sure if anybody can crack the code, it's you.
Yeah, I mean, you're not the only one who said that. It's just, finding the time to do it while having to keep up with all the other things people ask me to keep up with doing, like, you know, taking enough breaks to satisfy them and whatever.
I know that feeling. I haven't been doing a lot of guild requests, but I've been doing a lot of like outsourced repair jobs. Like I told you, I went to that solar farm.
Yeah, I remember.
I think that was fun. Not really, but still.
Yeah, I remember. I may be scatterbrained a lot, but I do at least try to remember the things people tell me.
And I also went to one of those chemical plants that produce like cryo fluid for cryogenics and such. One of their condensers was having issues, so I had to go and help them with that. And instead of getting paid for that, I actually got some cryo fluid for Kay over there. Because they had said that they were running out.
That
yeah.
As long as it's something useful for what you're trying to do, so sounds like it was.
Yep. Well, if you need any help, like any sort of specific tools for this spell class, let me know. I can probably machine something for you.
I mean, it's for the most part time. I mean, I think most traditional tooling probably wouldn't exactly help here because it's working with things that most tools aren't usually designed to work with, so it's kind of just you just kind of have to make things work with what you got.
Fair enough. But at the same time, if through your studies you do come across the need for some sort of special tool, by all means let me know. I'd be happy to help design and build something up.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, this spell glass is an interesting substance from how you were describing it.
Yeah, I don't want to say like a clay, it's like, you know, like a capacitor, because it's not really the same thing, but it's more like a memory cell of sorts, but like it's hard to equate because it's like trying to put two things together that are inherently kind of separated on purpose.
Yeah, the way you were describing it the other day, it almost sounded like you're trying to do like the magical equivalent of like a printed circuit board.
Possibly something like that, and then just, you know, give it energy and a go burr.
Yeah, setting up the matrix seeds for the spell, and then once you feed it power, it activates.
Pretty much, something like that.
Oh, so an interesting subject. Yeah, other than that, it's been pretty quiet for me. Had Jaden stay over at my place this weekend.
Yeah, so I heard.
Eyes needed the apartment.
So I heard.
What?
Hello.
Wow.
Hello. Yeah, so yeah.
Jaden still has not talked to me in like a week, but oh well.
Who?
Jaden. Apparently, Jaden and Daisy had a bit of a spat last week, so.
Well, I'm pretty much over it at this point, but I don't know his stance on it is anymore.
What happened?
It's kind of a complex situation, and I'm not even sure if I fully understand the scope of it myself.
I mean, I got time. You can, you know, me and him have such a uncomplicated friendship as it is.
Yeah. I mean, basically, like, he got upset at me for something that happened at Orlando Saka, and I guess it made him feel stupid, even though he kind of did something kind of dumb and silly. But I thought we were just laughing it off, but he took it really personally.
Well, I mean, they don't really seem to have the best way of processing emotional weight.
He got really mad at me and wouldn't let me even apologize.
What exactly was the thing?
Okay, so basically we were both, I guess, trying to catch a comb bee, but he tried to catch it by feeding it weed honey that I gave him, and the comb bee didn't like that, and so I offered it no honey and it let me catch it instead. And I kind of had a little bit of a laugh about it because it was a little silly, but he took it super personally and got really mad at me, and I didn't even realize he was mad until I saw him sulking on a rock. I went over to check on him, and he just told me to piss off. And then he refused to talk to me from that point on.
I see. Unfortunately, I am ill-equipped to deal with that sort of stuff, so I just kind of let it ride.
I don't even know if he's still hungry. I mean, if he's still angry at me or not.
I mean, the only way you'll find out is just by trying, but I have not seen where the heck they went off to for a while. I don't know if they're in the cabin.
Give him space for now, so I guess I'm gonna wait for him to approach me on his terms.
Okay, well, I was gonna say, I don't even know where he is right now. I don't think he left, but maybe they're in the cabin.
Yeah, I don't think he left.
They went with
But yeah, once you get this spell glass sorted out, what's the next step? If you don't mind my asking.
Incorporating into something that suits the needs of the person, so that they have a way to make use of it, either as a tool or a wearable. I mean, it's for Kisei, so it's probably gonna be something sized for them.
Yeah, Kisei was telling me about the spell they apparently got from Double, the sensory copy spell or something.
Yeah, I have a copy of that.
I also heard Wolfram come up with an idea last night at Inkwell. It's something that actually makes sense for Kisei, and I'm honestly surprised nobody thought of it earlier. Some sort of spell for electricity resistance for Kisei. Since electricity affects her body, if she were to have something that would repel electricity, basically.
Perhaps. I mean, there are ways that you can do that without necessarily having to rely on magic for that if it's going to be a thing that is different. Because I know, like, part of the problem for her was that they don't really have their own inherent source of mana to work with as easily, so something that they could have that doesn't really rely on being magically powered might be good for them, maybe? I don't know.
Well, at the same time, I know there's also gemstones that act as mana repositories, so... But I don't know where we would go about getting those.
Like a magic type.
Because I guess
possibly don't carry them.
Can get some. If they can get some, I wouldn't mind using my mana on those crystals and letting them use it as a power source.
I mean, it would either be something that people kind of go out and go on a little bit of adventure to try to go source themselves, or possibly something like, I don't know, the Wicarium might have it.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I haven't really done a whole lot with my electricity mana, but I have started to learn something with my earth mana. Little something I'm kind of drawing inspiration from Hezekiah from.
My species tends to be fairly magically inclined, but I myself am not because I have cyberware, and cyberware and magic don't really mix.
Yeah, for me, my people, magic is not really a
not
thing.
Not very cleanly, at least, from my...
Yeah, and I'd rather not risk it.
There are some that have kind of gotten it
until I
fairly
came here.
close.
I'd rather not accidentally end up like frying my eyes or just like shooting venom all over the place though.
You were saying?
Yeah, Mocha took me to a shop. Mocha took me to a shop that was able to tell, one, if I had mana, and two, what the affinities are. That's how I learned I had such an odd mix of earth and electricity.
I mean, there's a good most people these days have at least some degree of it. It's just more a matter if they have the internal pathways to make use of it.
Like, I
Yeah.
remember one instance of someone. All the wallflowers have grouped up in the corner. Creatures that had attacked his ship.
But I'm a wallflower, and I'm not in the
their first
corner.
night. They have not been christened to us yet. It is their first night. Over there.
Hello, Shade.
Little shade.
Just get rid of them.
But yeah, no. Apparently, the fact that I've got earth and electricity is a bit of an odd mix to some people.
Well, I mean, for like, it doesn't take much. Well, I mean, they're kind of inherently
Oh right, yeah,
opposing.
the whole ground thing, yeah. My species tends to lean towards plant magic and like flesh magic.
It was red.
Yep.
I don't really know what mine kind of go towards, but I mean, I don't really know. I haven't really looked into that myself, and for at least particular reason, I have a feeling it probably is not very likely that I could do a whole lot with it anyways, because reasons.
Reasons.
Okay.
Reasons.
Are you someone?
Yes.
I just don't really
Yeah, no,
I've never really had much of a reason to look super into it, so you know, it's not that big of a deal, so it doesn't hinder my work any, so it hasn't been a problem for me to go looking or digging around for it.
Yeah, but yeah, like I said, I've started to learn a spell that I'm kind of basically trying to copy something that Hezekiah can do. You know how Hezekiah can do his stone skin kind of move?
I barely know him, so no.
Fair enough. Well, I've noticed...
Have the bald head. Smooth.
Well, excuse me for not having fuzz.
I didn't say it was a bad thing. I think it's cute.
Yeah. But yeah, let me see if I can click my mind. As Roland is going to start chanting, you're going to see the blue panels of his shell, which are normally very smooth, begin to thicken and almost take on like a rougher, rocky texture. Earth is my body, earth is my strength. Earth is my body, earth is my strength. Earth is my body, earth is my strength. Hardest iron, strongest stone. Hardest iron, strongest stone.
No, but it works.
Well,
And you get so adorable when you get
a little difficult to move like this, but
Yeah, I
feel
can
like-
imagine. Doesn't really look very flexible. It's kind of point.
no. But it's more of a extra defensive measure than anything else. A little extra hardness on the shell.
Imagine curling up into a ball and then rolling at somebody like that.
I'll be honest, that thought has crossed my mind.
The bowling Roland.
Instead of rolling myself.
Bowling roller.
Oh, for. After a minute or two, the shell returns to normal. No, I got hit with that last week. Kay started that with if I get sent down a
That's my
bowling
girl.
alley, would I be called Boland?
Oh yeah, I took part in that. I remember.
Yeah, I think you said. I think the one you said was, if I were to mine for non-renewable sources, would I be colon?
Yes,
You know, if you
that tracks.
If you went out for a nice Sunday walk, would you be strolling?
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Yeah.
We cannot hold our usual shape. I'm just so exhausted.
I might as well go check the other places, see if they're over that way.
I'm just one cracking some puns. Torturing him with puns.
Excuse me.
You are excused.
Which one was that?
Let's see. And they're taking a more direct path, I see. I have time. I don't need to be in a rush. Hi.
Hello.
You've been away for a while. I didn't know if you had left.
I was mediating.
Oh.
The two walls have spoken to each other. They seem to actually understand each other now.
Finally. There's only so much being...
You don't have to worry about it anymore.
There's only so much being pulled in multiple directions I can take. I'm not good at that sort of thing.
I'm quite familiar. It's why I'm much more fond of polyamory now. The competition. It's tiring.
Yeah.
I don't believe in love being restrained, but I know it's not for everyone.
In my case, it's not so much that. It's just more you know, having, I guess, the respect. I don't know.
Feeling as though your feelings are not a burden upon others, and like it's a weapon being used against your will.
Yeah, especially when it's being spoken for on my behalf and not necessarily from me.
You know not what Lady Mona wishes. Nay, nay. It is I whose heart is best for her. I am quite familiar.
Yeah.
Hi.
Dragons are very rare and very powerful.
I was actually looking around for like where people had gone off. It's like, I know they haven't left. I feel like I would have
everyone
noticed.
is scattered everywhere. It's interesting.
I imagine. Hello.
Speaking of, I am going to return to keeping other creatures away. I noticed that there was a presence trying to wiggle their way here, and I'd rather not have anyone be mauled. Fine. Yes.
I don't like being mauled.
I'd like to talk to you more as well.
I don't like being mauled. Unless it's by you,
Can I
but
go
that's
to the
because it's not
manor?
really mauling.
without the intent of fucking.
Of course.
Okay.
I go over there with the
protections and all that.
How do you think she got the ghost cookies?
Well... There has been a sort of understanding that most who visit my manor come for that purpose. Or other purposes.
I'm also talking about our particular. I'm also talking about my particular relationship, which this actually hasn't been established yet.
I mean, it also helps
We mostly
just
just been
visit,
fucking.
and also for the sake of like helping with the hall and making sure that they're building it properly.
Yes.
Seeing as I've been
I'm
having
working on the
to-
lobby rooms right now.
Yeah, I know. I made sure that they wouldn't leak.
Speaking of which, she
Doing
said
quite well.
she mentioned having to help with moving things. I'm used to working in a warehouse. I can lift things, I can move things. And it's not exactly like I'm working
You can
all
handle
the
this delicately, yes? No clumsy tripping?
Yeah. No. I used to handle very expensive boxes.
Very good, because some of these things, if you trip and fall, it will kill you and everyone in a 3/4 radius. If you drop it.
I'm aware.
Very good, then I would be happy to have your help.
Alright.
Yeah, you lost stress on me.
If you also need help, I am a trained ranger.
I don't think I need any help from a ranger in particular. That being said...
It's definitely not so I can look for Pokemon around our house.
I wouldn't suggest catching them yet. They're still...
Are they still angry?
Angry is an interesting term. Feral is more accurate.
What?
Okay.
What were you saying?
Oh, the Pokemon that I've collected around my manor.
Oh yeah.
Now that I know that they're actually fun creatures, I let them into my territory. But I didn't expect I would make them change. And they're not quite balanced yet. It's still swirling around in them.
Yeah, I can.
So they're...
Given how the plant life acts around there, last time I was there, that makes sense. That tracks.
Yes.
Last time I came over there, the plants tried to give me a hug, but like not in the fun way.
Yes. A hug.
Well, in some ways it could be a hug around the neck, really tightly.
In hindsight, maybe a ranger would be perfect for this.
What do you mean?
There's a lot of creatures. Lots of plants.
You need to
I'm
categorize
sure
them?
you'll be useful. Categorize them? Haunted?
Okay.
Yeah.
But don't, exercise them. I'll kill you. It's on me.
I don't.
I'm just
exercise.
laying a boundary.
I think the only one
No
who
anti-presence.
I don't think there's anybody that like almost tried to do any sort of exercising things was R6, and I don't think he even realized it at the time.
Yeah, so...
It hurt, by the way.
Oh, are you okay?
I know. I talked to R...
Yes, I'm
about
fine.
it. He explained it to me that it's low gothic. That's how he explained it to me. I talked to him a bit about it, and it's just what he knows. It's what he grew up speaking.
Of course. He wasn't intending to do any harm. It's just that a lot of people don't know what does or doesn't cause harm sometimes. I'm not holding a grudge. I know I didn't do that, but I can understand.
Anyways, if you want to, if you need to go check on the presence so it doesn't maul anybody,
talking to her. I just wanted to ask her that question.
Oh, you're right. It's
once
getting a
I
little
talk to
bit
Elise
too
for 1
close
second,
to
so I was
but
gonna
I
leave.
Yeah. Okay, bye.
You go ahead. I can wait.
Elise.
Yes?
So I am heading out because I have to go pick up Moonbeam from daycare.
Mm-hmm.
But do you want to study later?
Sure. Maybe you have some
Let me give you a hug.
better tool things to work with.
Hmm?
Things that, yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah?
Just imagining things. Nothing. I thought I smelled something.
Good something, bad something. What are we talking about?
It's probably nothing.
Okay.
There's a lot of smells out here. Come on, we'll sit inside. I actually wanted to pick your brain on something.
Okay, well, be gentle. My brain is very soft and
Artificery
squishy.
Stuff.
Ah, okay, yes. Yeah, what up?
Right.
Let me sit down on the chair.
So-
Just sounds like it's gonna be a brain topic.
So,
Yeah, what's up? What can I do for you?
well, specifically, the ghost food. Does that have anything to do with artificery?
Ghost food?
So, because I know Thorgar knows how to do it, but said it's like a lot of different things.
I would say no, because I don't really think it's so much infusion of stuff into exist. It's more like probably more magical conjuration in such a way that it's tangible to the spectral plane. Would be my guess.
Right.
And that's not really That's not really artificery. It's more just general conjuration.
Stuff.
Conjuration and creation.
Yeah.
That would be my guess, at least.
Okay. Good. Because I wanted to get more of the ghost food for Mona. It might work for Kisei. It might work for S. Because even though Kisei's not a ghost, she's a spirit, but sometimes they're one and the same.
Well, spirit means spiritual plane, which means, like I said, like ghosts and spirits are kind of on the same plane, just interact with it a little bit differently. So, I'm pretty sure that should qualify. I think that a better word instead of ghost food is just spiritual food, because, you know, it's meant to be consumed
I took those cookies.
Yeah?
Over to her house, and she jumped like a giddy school kid.
Well, I mean, there's only so many things that she can interact with. I mean, I've kind of taken over I've taken over sort of like the study of like trying to help her be able to interact with more things. She didn't really go into detail, but she asked me to start looking into that, and that wasn't something I was really focusing on. I was going to let that be other people's stuff, but I guess
Yeah.
something came up where they need help. I don't know, but it's kind of become
Your guess is as good as mine.
Side project for me as well. But in a way, that's kind of what drove the study binge for artificery. But I mean, there's a lot of personal things for it as well. So, I mean, there's only so many things that you can do with, you know, intentionally just shoving yourself halfway into somewhere else. Whatever this is, I don't know.
Yeah.
Doesn't really work the way I'd hope for it to in that regard. Hello, welcome
guys,
to the
is this
cabin.
private or?
No.
No, not really.
They were just asking a question about, so what up? But yeah, I would probably look into somebody that has knowledge of general conjuration stuff and has a pretty good ability to make a connection to the spiritual plane.
about it and...
I mean, probably, yeah. I mean, he seems to make good spirits in a way.
He has he's a walking brewery.
I know.
He quite literally has a still on his back.
But if I had to guess, that would be probably my guess on how to do it. But the stuff that I'm looking into, I don't think would necessarily work unless, you know... No, you're fine.
No.
But I mean, possibly there's a way that you could do a solution that way, but it'd be more like, you know, infusion of the tools you make to make the food, and then the end product ends up spiritual in nature.
Okay.
I brought the Sage, by the way.
The what?
Shade.
Oh, Shade's here. Hello, Shade.
She's riding shadows again.
She didn't want me to go alone.
I like wandering these woods alone. I can't wait to get jumped by all the scary beasties. Obviously not.
Woof.
Ah! I am scared.
I can't believe I just fucking barked up. Who the fuck am I, Ludwig?
Hello, Ludwig.
If
Yes,
you
when I
put
went
your
wandering
hand...
through these woods, I wasn't expecting to find this.
Mocha tried doing that once. I nearly bit her fingers off. And that's more because I didn't know where her hands had been.
You wouldn't do that to me, though, right?
No, I wouldn't bite you unless you asked me to.
Yippee! I can Ludwig you.
Yes, you can Ludwig me.
How does he? Does he know about that meme that's been circulating, Metagram?
Yes, he knows. He has actually started biting people.
Oh no.
Because I have watched him bite someone.
Who even started that?
I think it was Belle.
Yeah, that tracks.
I don't know, ice giant woman that are up on the cathedral.
Yeah, that tracks, I think. But yeah, sorry I couldn't be much more help. I just, you know, I have a lot of solutions for a lot of things, but I'm not able to do everything. Otherwise, life would not be fun.
No, you're fine. I figured it'd be worth an ask at the very least.
Mm-hmm. He went off that way, probably off kind of towards the general direction of the watchtower.
Alright, now that he's actually going, another question, what are you free this week for dinner?
Probably if I had to make a guess, Thursday or Friday, probably.
Okay, that works.
Depends on if Miss Mona decides that we need to have another extra outing so that we get to know each other as a guild, you know, that sort of thing. I mean, I don't mind it. I'm getting more used to it.
Also, there weren't any more smutty novels in those other books I dropped off for there?
Nope, that was the only one.
Okay, good.
If anything, probably somebody put that in the wrong section thinking they were funny.
Well, I asked them where the textbooks were, I kinda just grabbed all of them off the shelf.
Like I said, probably someone put it there thinking they'd be funny, like the people who like to put religious texts in the fiction section.
Yeah. I mean, it's still a good book.
I was gonna say, I've seen that prank done countless times, so, I am very used to people doing that.
This way, I have a lot more fun.
I have returned from the cabin in the woods.
A crutch when it comes to you, my dear, to get back at you, yes, because you leave me completely
It's just a normal cabin.
In the woods.
I will admit my defeat. You are far better at
Yes,
that than I
and
am.
currently you are a bunny in the woods.
Oh yes, of course.
Yes. I mean, technically,
Are you trying
this
to
is
make
kind
it
of
have to use it
akin to, this is kind of akin
Especially
to where I
doggy.
once, granted, it was a lot less foggy and a lot more sunny, and also more open. But this, I mean,
Oh, you
I'm
love
not cute
them.
enough.
it's kind of, you know,
Oh,
living
see,
situation
that's where
I'm
you're
kind of
wrong,
used
my
to.
dear.
at
There were
least.
forests nearby where I grew up, but it was more mountainous where I am.
Yes,
Yeah.
painful.
It's more like,
Wounds me
it was
that
a
you think
pain.
so.
more plains, but kind of like forests battered about and such.
I just said I wasn't going to have to
Well,
share you. Anyway, here, I will have to
welcome
share
back.
you with a dog.
By the way, if you want to bring some home, I do have some brownies set aside that you can bring home.
Okay. I like them.
wouldn't have to share me with
It's,
another
it's
person.
absolutely
Oh,
not
yeah.
you offloading the marshmallows that Buddy bought.
Well, he's making
I
use of
have
them at
seen you make the
least.
puppy eyes. You're going to make the puppy eyes all the time with the puppy.
25 pounds normal marshmallows.
No, I will only get the puppy
25 marshmallows.
I'm going to do with the peeps. I don't know what I'm going to be doing with the peeps. You
It would make me smile more.
Make an artistic arrangement of them and donate them to a museum.
Didn't you say
Make
I
it their
needed to
problem.
smile more?
You see,
Honestly,
here's
this
the
one
thing.
just thinks
Kisei
a lot
wants
more
to keep
shelter.
them because Kisei considers them offerings to herself. Even though they're peeps.
They're offerings,
Because they were
Madonna.
made.
I bless
They
them.
were an offering. Bunny made them as an
Yes.
offering.
Indeed.
It's not
Like
just
the beans.
something they bought.
I know.
Let's
Yeah.
for credits for 50 pounds of marshmallows.
We don't want to waste them, but sadly, it's still. I have to get rid of all of the wrapping
They're
paper
technically
of the peeps.
Kisei's, so all you have to do is ask Kisei, and I'm sure Kisei will part with some.
Get them as offerings first, and then you can have them. That is how it works.
That's what I've been doing. What do you?
Technically-
That's what I did for the
technically
marshmallows that I
since-
used in the brownies.
Technically, since
Exactly.
Bunny bought them all
But
as
I
an offering.
still
Portfolio.
I've seen
don't know
the
what to do
piles.
with the
Technically,
peeps.
all already be an offering.
I don't know.
It's Echo.
Yes.
I think I left something
Here's
in
a
the
recipe
cabin.
beyond
I'll be
the
right
user's
back.
marshmallow.
It should be like a
Yes.
minute or two. That's literally just my excuse to go AFK, but I don't want to go AFK in the spawn box because then I'm coming from a direction that I'm not actually at. So I'm just running over here. I'm gonna go to the cabin, I'm gonna go viz. I'm just gonna be in the back room looking for the thing that I left behind. Alright, I will be right back. I need to use the restroom and get some water. Okay, there we go. Much better. Hydrated. Some hydration.
Hopefully there's nobody in the cabin, otherwise they're gonna be like, where the fuck did you come from?
And I'll just be like, I was in the back. You didn't bother to look. There we go. Okay, found it. All right.
I'm just getting into my first relationships as is. Really. And
Yes, yes, you are very
situation
good.
is. I will say. He's trying.
Not my business to listen to. Okay, there we go.
Don't you come in, I will have disagreements.
It's a hack from.
Okay, I found it, Jaden. Left in one of the back rooms.
Okay.
Hey, Jaden.
Here, Essex.
What can I do for you?
Who's that?
Saying as how
Who's a new person?
Friend of Finley's. Apparently.
Goodness, they're tall.
Yeah, it's not often someone shows up being as tall as me.
I just feel exceptionally short around most people, even people of average height. The only people I don't feel short around are Roland and Daisy, and that's because, like, everyone's tall to them.
Yeah, I was gonna say, welcome to my world.
Yeah, but you
I
can
gone to everybody's kneecaps.
I mean, you can fly high level. You got efficient wings. And they can also fly. They're just choosing not to right now.
Not you. No, it's quite
Oh. Okay, fine. See if I care.
So, are they someone that you are familiar with, or?
I have lived in this place.
I think there are a lot of new faces here tonight.
Yeah.
I know Finley and Ice, but I don't know.
Well, they know them. Is Finley here?
I'm still trying to.
I haven't seen Finley tonight, nor I.
Well, Eyes may or may not be, because apparently he shows really tired. is what I heard.
Yeah. A very eventful weekend.
I may or may not have been an enabler.
Do I want to know? Maybe not.
Short answer, no.
And there he goes. Talking to the
Why do I have a
people.
feeling we're not saying him again?
Well, I don't know. I mean, it's because
Kind of looks like she's the kind to eat men alive.
What's the pretty lady with the big hair?
Well,
Probably.
Kisei
No
and
idea.
Echo are off talking about something. I heard them talking when I was walking by from the cabin. It sounded like a private topic, so I just immediately vacated the area because I heard words that cooed me in. I'm like, ah, yes, this is not a moment to be like, hey, what you guys talking about?
Yeah. I think there might be peaceful negotiations regarding marshmallows.
I don't know if it's completely about that. Marshmallows.
Marshmallows.
And a number of over 1,200 individually wrapped peeps.
A synthetic friend of ours purchased 50 pounds of marshmallows as a offering to our friend Kisei, who has a kamidama.
So,
Actually,
yes,
double.
but
There's
I'm
a
just
lot of
intrigued
talk over
as
here. Can I
to-
borrow you for a second to
Are
ask
they-
you a
What are
technique
they
thing?
hoping to achieve with this? To gain favor with them? Sure.
I just want to not talk over people. But, so you do silver rune work. Do you know any, like, what, if there are, like, tools meant for, inscribing things, or, like, inscribing things within other things, like crystals?
For etching things into crystals, there's runic tools that you need to use. Hold on, let me see.
Oh, that
Notes
would,
on this.
yeah, that would probably explain why I was having difficulty with it then, because I was kind of doing that wrong.
It depends on your process. For what I do with ink on skin, so long as I can imbue the needles with magic, and I am using my own, at the same time, it works as long as I get the symbols exactly correct. In the case of other objects, though, you are going to need a certain tool. Especially for what we are considering artificing work, you need a special tool for that. It doesn't need to be made, it can be... Yes. Technically speaking, you can make this tool yourself. You should be able to, since you're getting into that sort of craft.
Yeah, I guess I should just be more impressed I was able to get any remote results without doing that, and that I only caused a couple of them to shatter and burst in the process.
Yes.
You'd think those things would touch on that subject, but none of them actually touched on, the tool needed. That's... offers are so stingy.
Yes, I realize most of these public books that people can get on such work are usually forgetful that some people are very uneducated on this sort of subject.
Forgetful, kind of like the same way that most academic papers work, where they kind of just assume that you already know what they're talking about and just skip over to initial stuff. Yeah, I've kind of noticed that.
Right, so in particular, you're going to need an artificer's tool. Since you are heading into that sort of field, you should be able to make it yourself. You will need it will need to be for whatever you are considering to be your main source of work that you're going to be doing. In this case, if you're using this spell glass that you've been going on about, you're going to need a special sort of Wouldn't it be a chisel or something of that like? Whatever you're using to etch into it, that needs to be the tool.
Gotcha. Okay. Understood. Well, then, I suppose I'll probably make it a bit, easier if it's, properly designed for what it is, and that will simplify the process immensely in getting it to do the right lines and such.
Yes, that will assist you quite easily in doing so, because one, it'll be your tool, and as you do more, you'll get more comfortable with using it. And two, if it is useful for the specific thing you're using, in this case the spell glass, as you go on, you'll be more adept at it. As opposed to if you're using other sources, like if you suddenly were like, hey, I want to encroach on Double's territory and start doing ink magic. That will you'll still be able to do it, but you'll probably need to
it's kind of
rework your process a little.
Unlearning some things and doing it different, because the way that like ink flows and engraving or etching, very different things.
Yes, because I can teach you all the runic symbols I know, but you have to get the handle on everything else yourself. That's the only part I can't exactly teach you.
Yeah, no, that's quite okay. Like, I tried something like initially where I was like basically did something like completely flat and did like on the surface with. I guess at this point I'm just surprised that it actually worked at all given the circumstance, but it seemed like it basically just seems like, okay, just see if I can make something light up or at least glow to indicate yes, it is able to be receptive to energy, and that worked. Now it's just a matter of like you know, you ever like those glass things where like it looks like there's like something suspended within it. That's kind of like what I'm trying to do, and it's, well, it kind of requires you to be able to, like, basically make the lines go into it and not just on the surface, and I think that's where the tool's probably going to be handy in making sure it does that and actually just doesn't make it, you know, shatter and then explode. I'm really tired of digging crystal fragments out of the wood.
Yes, that is not ideal at all.
Fortunately, it only left a little bit of welts on myself, but I'm gonna have to resurface the table. And the walls.
Hold on. Just so you're not endangering yourself, let me find it here.
Sorry to inconvenience you.
Okay.
It's not an inconvenience in making sure you are doing things safely. Would not want the bun to ruin her perfect figure.
Okay. Fine. If you're gonna put it like that. Welcome back, Echo.
Thank you. I heard there was a new person, so
yes, somebody that apparently is a friend of yours.
Oh, she just told me there was a new person.
Tall lady, blonde.
Where is she?
Excellent question. She went off with Wolfram to talk about something.
The ghost food thing is. This isn't something.
They went off that direction, but they could be anywhere.
Or
well, that reaction doesn't have me entirely confident all of a sudden, but okay.
This one right here. This is a safety circle. When you're doing your business, put this down wherever you're working, and, you know, in the case something looks like it's about to explode, just take a step back into the circle, should keep you safe from relative harm.
Gotcha. And, is that a specific material that needs to be laid out there, or is it?
You just need... for this one, you need a mana crystal, a hard object, you know, whatever hardness you want the barrier to be, so if you can just put down a brick and it should work. And that should be it. 1, 2... oh no, there's a third one. That's...
need those kind of materials in order to make potions that will essentially...
What do you deal in money-wise? Credits? Coins?
I was gonna say, most of the people I work with are credits, so I have a supply of credits, both from my old job and the stipend I get from the madame for work here now. So I have a I have a decent supply.
Okay, you'll need to put approximately what is this? About 50 credits in the third circle slot. Cost of protection, as it were.
Understood. The circle knows how to charge a fair price.
Well, the writings indicate gold and, you know, gold and silver coins and stuff, monetary value, but again, I'm a little, Creator was not in the modern era, so converting it to credit should work just as fine.
Yeah, it should. I imagine it's so. I will give this a try, and I'll see about fashioning up a more appropriate tool, and hopefully I will be spending more time making the lines I want instead of trying to dig fragments of shattered crystal out of the surrounding work area.
Yes. Also, note that circle of safety is only really useful for working on things. If you're in danger and try to put one down, I don't think it's going to help you very much, because someone can just reach in and pull you out.
Yeah, it's more just like a passable force barrier of sorts.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, makes sense. Also, I imagine it's probably, you know, given how many lines were there, probably not something you can be like, something's coming at me, like, oh no. You'd probably like smudge all the lines anyways.
It's bad, my knowledge.
Yes, it's not a sea bear circle.
Yes, dreaded sea bears. Forded by yet the most simple of concentric circles.
Exactly.
It's not going to give you what you need.
Oh, this helps me a lot, thank you very much.
Considering I don't know anything about it. I'm effectively a blank slate at the moment.
Where did they go running off to?
They went to go find this new person, I believe.
Well, they kinda... They didn't sound all that excited about it.
What happened? Suppose, I mean, I think it's someone that Finley knows, so by extension it might be someone that Eyes knows.
Maybe? I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know.
I have a theory on where they are.
Because the whole thing...
Well, it's probably one of those things where, like, you know, it could be really awkward to walk in on.
Yeah.
I don't.
You don't want to just... No, if it's a new person, we do technically have reason to, you know, introduce ourselves as.
Well, yeah, because I mean,
managers.
I kind of have an obligation to at least introduce myself as, you know, the head of the crafts people department since, well, I had to take that on suddenly.
And you're doing a great job at it.
Yeah. I'm doing my best.
Phantom sense?
That's all we ask.
Of flavor?
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, in that sense, I actually feel like I should probably, you know, at least introduce, but, like, I don't know if that's good. I mean, I can probably get a vibe just by walking around, and if I happen to see things. No one knows to read the room better than someone who is socially anxious in every possible opportunity.
That's true.
So if I walk up and I immediately feel like, oh god, I want to run away, then probably it means I should.
But what if... But there's also the times where you don't have to run away. But you do anyway.
Never said it was a flawless process, I just said it was a process.
Yeah, plans rarely stay together past first step. I told you make it up as you go, yeah?
Yes, yes. Where's the path I was wanting to go? Over here. I might as well at least do a bit of rounds for the sake of, well, it's not... I'm not security, but... making sure people are... It's kind of a... side role to... being a manager now. Should probably at least try to act like it. I'll be fine, Shade. It's okay. After all, we have the illustrious Mona keeping watch around the outsides. Hello.
Hello. You should not be alone.
Have people been treating you properly? I apologize for the,
Sorry.
Also, hello. I apologize for the
Have
slightly
you seen
awkward
Kise?
introduction. No.
May I ride your shadow?
I'm headed back to camp to find Kise, so if that's where you're going, I don't mind.
Okay, I thought she was with you. Oh.
What?
Don't worry about it. Anyways, like I was saying, I apologize for the, slightly awkward way some of the people initially, first interacted with you when you came over in the box and everything.
Oh. Right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, some people are admittedly a bit more, well, without knowing who is around, some of them get a little bit protective of other people, especially if they don't know who it is, because, well, there are some people that can... We've never had really problems here before, but there are some people that are worried that there's eventually going to be some people that, like, show up with intent to cause problems or something. Which I doubt was your intent, but, like I said, some are not the best at first impressions.
I can understand.
But that said, I never actually was able to do mine because I kind of wandered away from being a little bit too awkward. I'm Elise. I am one of the, I'm not the leader of MMR like the Madame is, but I am the head of all the people in the guild that deal with crafting, whether that be technological, magical, or somewhere in between. Even though I am not mostly super magical, but I'm kind of working into that branch because, well, if I'm going to be the head of something, I might as well be able to cover both sides of the spectrum.
That's interesting. I didn't think they would have something, a position like yours.
Well, the nature of the guild is to help not only educate, but facilitate the ability of people from different backgrounds, sometimes very different backgrounds, to be able to have a safe, satisfying, and fulfilling connection with one another. And sometimes that can involve things that help bridge the gap between people in a way, but I mean, that's not the only thing I do. It's just kind of a application of my otherwise tinkering, but, well, there have been things that have been made for this explicit purpose of facilitating and enabling people to be able to be with somebody that they like with less hindrances or shall we say complications. I mean, it can be very simple. I mean, like a very recent example, if you've ever, I don't know if you've met Eyes yet, tall green orca. They are the head of security for the group. There are these little gold rings that are around the base of his tusks. That was something I made, and they are there specifically so that if they want to, you know, be affectionate to someone that they care about, they can do so without their tusks accidentally impaling them on the face. Because it helps them, when they turn the things on to allow them to move away from things, and they get like repelled away from the person approaching. But when they're not on, it makes them stronger. So it's also a thing to keep their tusks in good health. Prevent any damage. Everything has like a little bit of a bonus. Everything has a little bit of like a bonus secondary purpose that can be very useful and repurposed for things like this. But yeah, that's the main reason why that group exists. But also, I mean, I'm helping produce and make the various places within the guild hall that's being built so that we have a place more properly our own that is also able to facilitate to all the different comforts and needs of different races and species that may not necessarily have a lot of places around Zephyra that are conducive to their needs. Places with specific environments or all sorts of things. It's lots of things you can simulate, but you can do that with, but it's all being kind of built into things. I'm kind of overseeing that, so.
Yeah.
That's kind of why I'm here for, well, I mean, it's not why I'm here, but it's why I have a title of sorts. It's a department.
Yeah.
But yes,
What
sorry to...
was that voice that said that I shouldn't be alone?
Oh, that was Shade. Well, they're Shade. Here they're able to manifest a bit easier because it's very foggy and kind of shaded, so there's not a lot of light. They're very sensitive to the light. But they tend to just kind of roam around in the shadows, and more often than not, like to sit and ride in people's shadows because it takes less energy for them to move around. So if you see someone whose shadow looks a little bit extra shadowy, where it looks darker than the amount of light really should be appropriate for that kind of shadow, it's probably her. And if you ever are standing still and you feel kind of just a little bit colder around like your feet, probably means that they're nearby or nearby your shadow, but they tend to try to make their presence known first and ask permission to ride in your shadow before doing it. But yeah, if they ever ask about that, it's because it's easier for them to move around, because then they can they can just pretty much sit still in the shadow and they'll be taken with you. They're very nice though. They do have I was gonna say, they have a slight mischievous habit of startling people sometimes. They have a little bit of a prankster side to them, so sometimes you may find them just behind you. You'll know them when you see them. No one else is as inky black as they are. But they're nice. They're very good. They're very good-natured, I assure you.
I thought we were allowed to wander around alone.
So we can talk, because I was kind of going over to one of the other places, but why they said that was not necessarily that you can't. It's that, well, we are in a bit of a this is a nature park of sorts. Not owned by us. We are just kind of using the space with permission. But there is wildlife out here, and sometimes they can get a little bit curious about all the people kind of wandering around out here, and so they're just kind of making sure that people are being safe and at least have somebody with them, especially because unlike the island that we tend to rent out for guild member events, there are less open sight lines to other people. Alright, well, nobody out this way. There's a couple buildings out here that are kind of away from like the general campsite, and every now and then people like to kind of go out there and just get away from people effectively, and well, sometimes they get lost in their conversations and they lose track of time, and then people are like, oh, where did so-and-so go? At least in the recent times that I have been here with other members. Not that I have any room to talk. I've been that person before. But for the
most of my time out here.
But yeah, it's not them saying that you can't. It's just more, it's their way of expressing concern and making sure that people are staying safe out here, just because, you know, dark, spooky woods kind of carry a bit of a connotation to them in some cases for people, so they're just kind of looking out for people's well-being, just in case, you know, there is somebody wandering around out here. And that would be who? That would be people. Okay, well, now I know there are people here. So.
Did she come this way? She was
no.
behind me and then she wasn't.
No, she was riding in Wolfram's shadow, and Wolfram is over there, I think? Question mark?
Oh.
Well, there are people here. So, like I said, there are sometimes people that kind of come up over this way.
Scary blonde woman.
Yes. Well, I wouldn't say scary. I don't know anything about what they're like. Okay. They're tall.
Yes. Well, that's a complex of them. I know.
Listen.
Not often there are people taller than me.
Well, either way, but basically, that's why they said that was less of a hard rule, and just that's just them worrying about people if they're just wandering around and well, either getting lost out here or on the off chance that, you know, some random wild animal from the other parts of the preserve does come in, that if it's one that has decided to identify as a problem, will not cause you issues. I'm trying to be more like a, you know, the manager that I'm supposed to be, so I'm trying to learn how to talk about things without stuttering as much.
Boss people around.
Well, not boss people around, but, you know, just, you know,
Okay, so
put forth a proper.
Be authoritative.
Well, I wouldn't even say that. Just, you know, like, put forth a good impression of the guild and such. Anyways, were you looking for somebody or me or what?
I was trying to figure out where Shade went.
Oh.
I don't think she's up there.
Okay, well, last I saw Shade was Shade following me because they were saying, "Don't go out alone." And then they changed over to Wolfram's shadow, and then Wolfram ran off because he was looking for where Kisei went off to. And now Wolfram is over there, so I'm going to assume that Kisei is with him because I did not go. Okay, because I did not go all the way up there because yeah, it was one of those, I saw people up there and it looked like one of those, like I was saying over by the campfire, it was one of those, like, I kind of got the general vibe that maybe I wasn't wanted to be approaching at the moment, so I just kind of took the hint. Sort of. I mean, I kind of wanted to check in with people, but, you know.
How you feeling?
Fine.
Fine? Alright. Do you want to order Chinese in again tonight? Make it a Monday tradition until we move out of Ice's place?
Yeah. You know, I had a realization.
Are you looking for a place to move into?
What's that?
I have an apartment.
I am, but
I'm having to live with eyes because reasons.
I know.
Namely me being... Yeah. Neither of us are thrilled about the arrangement.
Yeah.
Once the goat house is built, I can move in there and I won't have to worry about it.
Speaking of, because I feel like I understand at least the general bit based off the group of people that walked together, has that been sorted out?
Yes.
Okay, so, because I really didn't want to have to worry about that anymore.
I know.
Either way, hopefully they can help.
You won't have to worry about that.
That's what I was hoping, is that they can help. Or who knows, maybe his family, because his family, apparently, he's been reconnecting with them recently too, and apparently...
Do you need me to go?
I
can go.
No.
You're fine.
I'm vague talking about stuff, but apparently their family is around, or at least more readily reachable, so... I don't know, you could always ask them.
He told me he'd been talking to his dad, and his dad sounds... well, a bit like a dick.
Okay, well...
Who are we talking about?
Cassius.
No, yeah.
Oh.
Well, I mean, that's one pair. Maybe the other might be helpful. I don't know. I don't know them. If they're from that same general area, maybe they might have something that they can like that they might know.
I know Cassius found a satyr to talk to, and I asked him to talk to a satyr and a hunter he came across. I'm concerned about the satyr, though.
Well,
because his words, not mine, they were frisky by Fae standards.
Understandable. I have
satyr and what I know about mushroom.
Well, I have no room to talk because I don't know any of them very well, but I'm just saying that there's the possibility that somebody can be of assistance there, maybe.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, I'm thinking. Well,
Whoa,
you don't get much
what?
more interesting than a
You better
banshee.
have something ready every time we meet.
I-
You give it to me on the day, because I'm not going to spread it just to make it fun.
Echo,
Okay.
you got more cool, comfy clothes.
Echo's got
Yes, my
I
turn.
am a brewmaster and an alchemist.
This is the clothes that I talked about ages ago that my tailor was sending me.
I suppose that's
Oh!
I do.
Thank God.
It
Something
just
that water
finally
from
came in.
Kisei.
Oh, yes.
An alchemist and brewmaster.
Understandable.
I'm going to wear it outside one day.
I would assume you produce some sort of
I believe in you.
brews.
My fanny pack will rise.
If I can get it.
I don't need you to make a fucking fanny pack.
The fanny pack is essential to the outfit. Elise, how do you feel about the utility of fanny packs? Is that a yes?
Yes, they're useful. Yeah. I'm going to the cabin.
Just wondering.
Yeah.
Looking for a bathroom?
Yes, no, just, you know,
To get away from people.
partially that, but just, being in the... I was originally going to go look for, that person in the first place because I wanted to do, you know, proper introduction from my side of thing. Hello? Okay. I won't explain then. See if I can. Oh, okay. You, like, disappeared.
Ah, it tripped.
Good job. But I was originally...
I don't wear shoes, alright?
I was originally looking for that person in the first place because as one of the stipulations for being somebody in a position of at least minor well, I don't want to say authority, but like well, it's not really authority. It's just more of a, you know, something of importance to the guild.
Be a supervisor.
Something important to guild. But, I wanted to properly introduce myself to them, to, you know, be, I guess, the welcoming face that people seem to believe that I am in the guild, but, well, so far they've been kind of...
Welcoming face.
I mean, they've kind of been, well, I only saw them briefly, then they were talking to Wolfram, they wandered off, and now they've just kind of been far away.
Well, I told them who I was. I explained. Well, she told me that she's a friend of Finley's. And then I explained that I blew with eyes, and she just kind of cocked her head and said, "Oh, that makes a lot of sense."
Okay.
I don't know.
I mean, maybe that just means you'd come up in conversation. I don't know.
Okay, I knew that.
Some people have very interesting ways of expressing their thoughts, basically.
Like I said, he's a very blunt sense of humor.
Exactly.
Which is running off on Finlay.
Yeah, that blunt sense of humor where I, couldn't parse it as such and then got upset.
I mean, normal people would get upset at the thought of hearing someone being thrown off a balcony.
Yeah, I don't exactly, relish the idea of being subjected... people being subjected to violence for arguably very silly reasons.
And it just seems very inefficient if that's what they're going for.
Yeah.
There are much quicker and simpler ways to get the same effect, with less mess to clean up.
Thanks, Evo. That's very reassuring.
You are quite welcome.
That was sarcasm.
Your point being?
Never mind. I can see sarcasm's lost on you a little bit.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
I don't understand her.
Well, they always a
sometimes.
smartass.
No, it's just I think the
that
more
just sort of happened over time.
I mean, I think that kind of more happened from just general observation of being around me, and with me being a little less stammery and stuttery, they've kind of
Socially awkward.
Picked up a bit of well, the way that people interact to and with me. So it's kind of just a byproduct of being around me all the time. Granted, I don't think I have that much sass. I have it sometimes, but nowhere near to that degree.
You have your moments.
When I'm comfortable.
I know.
I was gonna say,
It was funny watching you make fun of Mocha.
Yeah, well, Mocha kind of... Well, they have like a...
Deserved it.
I wouldn't even say deserved, it's just they have a... They have the energy that, like, that energy that screams, bully me. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. Wait, I didn't tell you about the time I went with her to an onsen. So...
Is
so
it...
was
Okay,
me,
hold on.
Mel,
Before you...
Saya.
Is it the onsen or a different one?
Yes.
Okay. I say the onsen
so-
because it's the one that everyone talks about.
Yes. I've been there a handful of times with Mocha, Saya, and Daryl.
I've been thinking about
we're all
going
just in
to
the
visit
water.
sometimes, but it's never really
It's
come
nice.
to. I'm sure it is. I've heard apparently though, for an onsen, it also has a fighting arena, which seems the opposite of relaxing. But
Yeah.
some people kind of their idea of relaxing is beating the ever living shit out of each other. So.
I mean, I know the appeal, but that's neither here nor there. Anyway, we're all just sitting in the water, and Saya and Daryl just start making fun of Mocha.
Yeah.
So I'm like, fuck it, I'll join in too. Join in on a bullying of a kitsune who kind of fucking deserved it.
Understandable.
So I just kind of scooped her up in my arms, lifted her out of the water, and I've never seen her go so fucking red in my life.
She didn't like being princess carried or giving uppies.
No, she did.
Well, we say didn't like with a very judicious definition of the term don't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If people want uppies, I'll give them uppies.
It's one of those things where you just kind of... It's one of those things you just kind of get used to it, in a sense. Being around some people and the way that they interact. Some people are, get flustered by the most surprising things, admittedly.
Admittedly, it's a little weird now, because Mocha's like a sister, but... She keeps trying to put her fingers in my chest hair. That's a little bit awkward.
Well, I mean, it's kind of one of those, like, intrusive thoughts that people have. Like, I can understand where it comes from. It looks very soft.
It better be.
You probably
I don't think you underestimate how many hair product I use so much conditioner, you have no idea.
As long as you're not using too much, because there is such a thing as too much with that stuff,
It
at least from
takes-
what I understand.
It takes 2 hours to get my hair done.
How long do you think it takes me to get my hair into these braids?
Yeah, that's fair.
And with no tangles, mind you.
A few people have asked me what I look like with short hair, but I don't really want to get my hair that short.
Is that something you've had in the past and just, bad memory?
It's not that.
Mm-hmm.
It makes me look a little bit too much like my dad.
And let me guess, Dad's not exactly a, cool dude.
Considering he tried to kill me, no.
That'd do it. I'm not going all the way up, I'm just kind of using it to, like, get a vantage point.
Trying to see where people are at.
Yeah, I mean, I see Fogar's smoke, I see Daisy, I see a couple other people.
Oh,
yeah.
That reminds me, Fogar told me what I might need to start making the ghost food.
Ah, well, spirit food. Let's go with spiritual food, not ghost food, because I feel like it would apply to more than just ghosts.
So, so, admittedly, it's a lot more complicated than it sounds initially. But,
yeah.
Basically, the premise is alchemy, potentially mixed with ritualistic magic.
Yeah.
The base premise is alchemy, but it can be very complicated.
By the way, it just occurred to me, you said that, like, I was going to say, your tattoos glow because there is some mana in them, I believe? Yes?
Yeah.
Have you ever considered asking Double to examine them for you and try to figure out, like, what their purpose is? Because they do specifically, their, like, magic that they work for, like, their kind of rune stuff is specifically ink on skin. So if there's anybody in the guild that would,
actually occur to me.
If there's anybody that would actually have, like, a chance at kind of, like, helping figure out what their intended purpose was, or, like, what their point of having everything kind of be lined up like that is, it'd probably be, her.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be my guess, at least.
I mean, I potentially have another avenue. Hey.
Everyone's just going a
I
little
sent a
rough
letter
for the
back home
wolves.
yesterday.
To who?
My mother.
I'm taking it she's the good one.
Comparatively, yeah. She's still not great, though.
Well, I'd say this, given the circumstances, it's a pretty low bar to clear.
Is it?
I'm not talking about whatever you're talking about. I'm talking to Jaden.
Enjoy showing off your drip, Echo.
But, like I was saying, comparatively to attempted murder, that's, like I said, very low bar.
There was no attempted. He was trying to kill me.
Well, see, the word attempt implies that it was not successful.
Oh. Yeah, okay.
Unless you are secretly a spirit and have neglected to tell me this entire time.
If I'm a spirit, then that's news to me. I mean, I feel like flesh and bone, don't I?
Well, I'm just saying, I'm pretty sure there are actually examples of spirits out there in the world that are not aware that they're dead. I'm not saying that's the case. I probably shouldn't put that thought there, but the point being, they weren't successful.
Okay, yeah, no.
What happened? You really gotta...
bit into my hand to prove a point.
Oh. Well, I'm not sure what that. I feel like that.
I feel physical pain, so.
Congratulations! Congratulations! Proof that you're alive. I didn't really think I needed you to prove it that way, but you know what? More power to you.
Look, you got me thinking, okay? Me thinking is a dangerous thing.
I was gonna say, I'm not gonna say the intrusive thought joke that came forth, but you said it for me. I was gonna say, oh no, should I call somebody?
Wow.
Because, whenever we start sharing the brain cell around, we start getting into, shenanigans and problems.
Shenanigans?
Gods forbid we share the brain cell with each other and Mocha at the same time.
Oh god.
We would probably
we'd
probably end up on the news, and not in a good way.
Yeah, I don't need to end up robbing another museum. Once was enough.
I still can't believe you did that.
Look, Kisei was in a box, and she was asking for help. I didn't realize she was part of the museum. I was trying to do the right thing.
Now, question, were the curators of said museum aware that she was alive?
No. That's why I'm not sitting in a jail cell right now.
I see. Were they still mad?
Yes, but they couldn't actually have any charges laid.
I was going to say, you know, good Samaritan? Yeah, Samaritan laws. Surprisingly, one of the few things that the corporations of Saphira have not snuffed out.
Yeah,
because they seem to be very good at implementing a lot of policies that not a lot of people like, but also
that is kind of get screwed over.
Yeah, also, was it just me, or was there like a big amount of people just wandering around out there? And now that I realized when we were passing by, like there was like at least 6 people.
I thought I saw eyes and Finlay.
I mean, I did. I didn't see their friend with them. And then Wolfram kind of
woman with the very the very tight mini skirt and no brain, don't go there.
Are you alright?
Look, she's pretty, okay?
I mean, I'm not gonna deny that. I could pick that up just from a distance, but that doesn't... I'm trying to, you know, not have that kind of reaction to everybody I meet, otherwise I will never be able to have a proper conversation with anybody proper, I guess.
It took me a month before I said 2 words to Mona. A month.
Well, I kind of had to a bit sooner than you, but that's kind of out of necessity so that she didn't kill me.
Yeah.
I mean...
I was like, she knew I worked at a warehouse.
Who? Mona?
Mona. What I was doing before I started working as a stripper.
Understandable. Hello, Kisei.
The money was alright, but the hours sucked.
Hello. Please do open that door. I need to check and make sure someone is not there.
Okay, sure thing.
Nothing wrong?
Thank you, Dad.
Good to know Kisei has the same problem Jerry does.
No.
Jerry started jumping on me because he can't work outdoors.
Are you looking around for Wolfram? Because last I saw him, he was like sulking around really quietly.
Yes.
And then I kind of went on. Well, that was a while ago. I don't know where he went off to at this point.
That is fine. I will see you later.
Something
okay.
happen? Oh boy.
You know, I wasn't going to say it, but, you know, I was walking by, and I, like, Echo, I think, was talking to one of those two. I can't remember who it was, but they were talking about relationship things, and I can't, oh, that might have been Amanda, but
yeah.
Did, like, they have an argument or something? Like, they've been acting really...
I have no idea.
They've been being really weird, like when we were talking over by the cabin, like Wolfram coming by and just being awkwardly quiet and then just kind of... Yeah, I mean, okay, let's just be fair. Sulky is kind of a... loaded term that I want to be a little bit careful about, but I mean, I can agree with, like, it was like, obviously he was pulling a me where, like, there was obviously something wrong, but they weren't going to say anything about it, and I sure as hell was not about to step on that landmine. So yeah.
Admittedly, things with me and him are a little tense.
Because of the Malleus stuff.
Yeah.
I mean,
I get why he's worried, but
I mean, he didn't even
on top of it.
He didn't even show up, so I mean, he probably doesn't even have this place on his radar.
I have no idea.
I mean, I wouldn't know. I don't know the guy super well, other than my few interactions with him, and I mean, okay, social anxiety brain activated. I can tell a little bit about where the, what's it called? The, why there are people that feel, like, off around them. Like, they kind of have that, like, you know, vibe.
He's visually intimidating.
Yeah, he looks like the kind of person that just looking at them just makes you shudder, but
I mean, he has that effect on me.
That's not a unique trait for everybody, so it's just kind of like a, you know, I don't feel like it's fair to hold that sort of thing against him, because judging people based off of appearances is kind of like one of the hard rules here. Remember to duck.
Yes, I know, and I talked to Mona about it. She's aware of everything.
Okay, well, there's somebody up here. Okay, so she knows.
She said she'd be on top of it.
She knows.
No, she knows. I made sure of that.
Okay. I mean, honestly, at this point, I'm like soft looking. I'm like soft looking for Wolfram at this point, just because, well, I'm a little concerned.
Yeah.
Like, concerned friend status? I don't think he's in, like, danger or something, because, I mean, if he was, I would hope that Kisei would have said something.
I know he can look after himself. He does have his axe with him.
Oh yeah, no, he's one of the few people who I would say probably would be able to handle themselves. Me, I'm not a combatant that I'm aware of, at least. I've never really tried. That was one of the other things that just kind of made me feel a little bit awkward about my position at Aegis when I had it there, is that while they say they have room for, like, non-combatant people, but it feels like that just kind of makes you a very large liability as far as, like, deployability to places if you can't really defend yourself in any meaningful way, because, like, I don't have firearms training, I didn't have any sort of weapon training, I didn't have magic or anything, so, like, at least no known or usable magic, so it was one of those, like, I didn't feel comfortable putting my name forward for other tasks other than that one that I handled by myself because it was one that was honestly kind of uniquely suitable for my circumstances.
I mean, I know they get all sorts of jobs up there nowadays. I mean, hell, some of them had to go to the void to rat up Jerry's siblings.
Yeah, like it... Maybe things would be better there now for me, but I just... I
so apprehensive.
don't know.
What I heard Key say, but I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure they found each other, and it sounds like they're not too happy with each other right now. Theoretically.
Yeah. Take it from me. Give her space.
Yeah, no, if she sounds like... It's one thing with Wolfram, because I feel like he's very easy to, set off, but I don't think I've ever really heard her.
It takes a lot to set off Kisei.
Yeah. That's kind of what I meant.
Yeah, no, it takes a lot. Trust me on that.
Okay, well, at least I now know generally where they are so that I don't have to worry about them wandering around by themselves.
Now you're reassured.
I am reassured and much better off for it.
Yeah.
I
know, so just...
Yeah.
Shit.
So, anyways, that out of the way. What?
Here's my phone number.
Yeah. Hi.
What is your name?
Elise. I'm one of the managers of the guild, specifically the crafting group.
Or was like 30 years
Crafting.
ago.
Can I help you?
That would make sense. My name is Dr. Kadupler. I am a friend of Finley's.
I heard.
You're messing up my glasses.
I was gonna say I heard, I just didn't really get a proper chance to introduce before you got pulled away by probably a lot of people.
One person.
One can be a crowd sometimes.
Tell me about it.
Trust me on
That's
that.
being said.
Yeah?
What is it that you do?
In
general, I know it's wrong.
Yeah, you did. Can we take a walk?
I mean, I
enjoy your weekend, Finley.
mostly work with tech a bit, but been trying to branch out into learning how to utilize magical materials. Kind of a hard thing. Don't really have the touch for it. I don't really know how else to really describe what I do, but
That makes sense.
that
Yes?
I mean, that's the first time anyone's ever said that in response to my really bad ways of explaining what I do, but okay.
Oh, well, one look at you and I can tell.
I'll take your word for it.
So, do you have any particular need of a doctor?
I don't know.
Most people don't. I can tell that you are struggling with something. Are you sure you don't need one?
I don't know if that's really like a thing for being you know, just it's just, you know, people problems. I don't think that really qualifies. I'm not sick.
I'm probably gonna do the research.
You are suffering from something, though.
Chat, roll me a d20.
How about we chat? Somewhere.
Put the effort into baking because I can't cook.
Sure.
I hope you don't mind me borrowing them from me.
Huh? Not a problem for me. Did you want me to come with or not?
It should be fine. I want to try to, you know, get better at talking to people without needing emotional support.
Without needing the safety net.
Look,
if you need me.
look, I'm not gonna always have that.
I know.
God, I feel really short.
How do you think I feel?
I just drank a lot of milk.
Also, hi, Finley.
It's not fair how tall you are, though. My ass and my...
Understood, thank you.
It's not fair.
Help, go pretty!
Anyone can be as pretty as I am with a proper routine.
Okay.
I think speech might work better.
Interesting.
I'm not entirely sure. It's just a hypothesis, but I think it might work better.
Okay. I guess.
How much
What kind of
Finley
doctor?
told you about me?
This is the first I've ever heard anything about a friend or anything of the like. So I didn't even know that they. Mm-hmm.
I have over 700 medical degrees.
Oh, that's a lot of degrees. How do you have time for all that?
Yes. I don't know. Maybe my mouth could give a clue.
Oh. Yeah, you have all the time in the world. Got it. So I guess it's more of a... I think the question would probably be more of what kinds of doctor-related things do you not do, but I think that might be a very minimal, if not empty list.
If I would be able to give you a verbal answer, I'd be already studying it.
Fair enough. But, you wanted to talk about something?
I just wanted to make sure you didn't have to be candid about what's roiling around in there.
What? Huh? It's... I guess, I mean, unless I just radiate that I have trouble with people pulling me every which way, I don't really know what exactly you mean.
You're in tune. You don't know.
What?
I suppose you don't, Vin. You have a particular problem. A problem. I would be able to help you. And all that I would ever ask in return. You appear to be What troubles you?
I have no idea what exactly you're referring to.
Oh, I'm coming across a con artist, aren't I?
I mean, it's more just a... I know some people have a particular way of referring to things. I mean, like... two minds about, problems I don't know if that really qualifies like a therapy thing, but I don't really know exactly. It's just interacting with people better.
Okay, let's try this. How about the other one speaks up now?
What exactly are you getting on at? Who are you?
Hello, I am exactly as I said. My name is Dr. Ivanka Duklov. I am a doctor. And you are...
I don't exactly have a proper name in here, but I've adopted one. Evo.
Evo.
Why do
As in evolution.
Funnily enough, yes. At least the way that they had named things.
Yeah.
Why?
Perfectly in line then.
I have only made myself aware to a couple people here. Otherwise, others only know of an assistant by that name. Who told you?
No one. Well... a friend. The apple of my eye.
Regardless, the confusion is that they don't really grasp that.
Or that you haven't told them.
They asked me not to.
No? A little dash of memory wipage.
To some extent.
So in other words...
It helps them not tear it apart by accident.
Oh, so that's what's going on in there. Do you want help?
Forgive me, but I don't exactly know who you are, what your intentions are. Granted.
I will be very clear.
The other ones
that... blood samples of basically every kind of flesh sample that I can get, aside from me, of course.
I see. Admittedly, most of the other paths I've been looking into are not exactly fruitful, or have been getting a lot of discouragement, and I am running short on time. What exactly would you be proposing to do?
Well, there's a lot of things that I could do. But first things first, I can give you an actual clear picture of what you're dealing with. Considering what you are made of, I presume that you are very keen on data.
More or less, yes. I take it that you are seeing something completely different than what other people would be seeing at the moment. I'm not gonna ask how.
Naturally.
Because I feel like even if I did, you wouldn't exactly tell me.
We aren't exactly on that kind of level yet.
Well, then it's good that I'm able to make such assumptions, set expectations properly.
Never give out anything for free.
That does make sense, yes. Should I have reason to be concerned about the nature of this offer, given that the way that when it was brought up that a friend was here to Finley, they seemed to get startled and then immediately asked where you were. And it wasn't exactly in a nature that seemed as excitable as one normally would be, so it made me curious from the inside looking out.
Are you curious of our relationship?
Well, it certainly would help understand the nature of why they reacted the way they did.
I'm not the sire. I'm the sire who stepped up.
Effectively.
You can consider me a sort of parent.
Parent, caretaker role. Understandable.
Orphanage or that.
Well, at this point, I was not exactly expecting this to be the nature of a conversation I was having, compared to the one that I was going to originally approach for this, given woefully few options for special cases. And it is becoming more and more difficult to manage symptoms. If you purport that you could, in fact, do something that is of help, then I am willing to at least entertain the thought briefly.
Very good.
Granted, it would probably be more on the nature of Miss Elise, because she is the one who is the beneficiary of it all, but they can be informed of things to a degree. I am just worried about the nature of what happens when someone remembers something that they are trying to not have to think about. If you are looking at what I think you're looking at, then you can already probably presume that what they went through was something very close to being lethal. In a way, it already was.
People go through lethal things every day. But I can tell this is not an ordinary circumstance.
No. Quite succinctly, it is not. Most people don't live a line where they are towing an existence between being alive and practically, in some ways, almost considered to be imaginary. It's not like being a spirit. And yet I am quite real. When exactly would you want to do this?
In what way? In the way that benefits me, or the way that benefits you?
Seeing as I can tell that there is some form of interest because of the nature of the condition, I would hope that would imply that there is at least a vested interest in not losing access to something to observe. Quantifiable data is hard to gather when you don't have the source.
Of course. I have no reason to kill off such a rare supply. Nor maim, nor make the life difficult for. Are you intending to keep this secret from your other half?
Only up until there was at least a path forward. Telling someone that they are in the act of potentially fading away doesn't really have as good of a note to it if you don't have the follow-up of, but here's what is trying to be done to mitigate or prevent that. And for
It's
a good
adorable
while.
that you thought that was what I was talking about, but no, I am referring to the deal.
Referring to who?
Our deal.
I've only been holding that to what is necessary. Unless you'd prefer to talk to them instead.
Oh, I don't care. That's between you and them. Are you going to tell them, or are you not going to tell them?
Do you feel confident that whatever you have in your mind is going to help their condition, because you would be effectively at the forefront of them remembering some things that are not very comfortable?
Are you asking for me to be a therapist?
I'm asking if that is something that you are... I shouldn't ask if you are equipped. I know you are, because of the numerous certifications indicating such. Is that worth it for whatever it is that you want out of this?
Yes, it is.
Then don't say that I didn't warn. They can be much more emotional. Well, if you want to talk about the specifics with them, it would make more sense for them to be the one to work out the arrangements.
That does make sense, but this is a inconvenient location.
Fine. When would you want to? Because that would be the time of which they would be filled
What
in.
days are you free?
In the coming days. Thursday, a few days from now, would be the first one. Potentially tomorrow.
Thursday works.
But it would be rather later in the day.
Tomorrow is dubious for me as well. Perhaps if it gets a little bit clearer for the both of us, we can expedite the process. But otherwise, Thursday works just fine.
I can make that arrangement, yes.
Very good.
The only reason why I don't bring up the subject to them up until now is for their own protection. Unfortunately, that kind of strain can be the very thing that ends up hurting them more. So I'd rather that they have some, at least, potential to be helped through it. If they are going to be.
Do I need to do it?
As I said, this location's inconvenient.
I take it would be so for something of this nature, yes?
Yes.
Then I will... How would you like me to reach out to you? Or vice versa?
All I need you to do is go here. Whisper, 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 whisper.
I see. I'll make a note of it. I do hope that this is indeed the route I was looking for. There's only been a few that seem like they have any remote chance at help, and so far, every path has had a lot of uncertainty or downsides. Presently, the only one that I am...
I'm getting your blood. There.
We make more. As long as you leave. As long as you leave enough for everyone else.
Oh yeah, of course.
Very well. They will at least have an idea that they're coming to meet you. However you wish to spin that is up to you, because you see, at least according to her, other than the interesting way you have about talking about things, they seem to have a decent opinion. They have that towards most people.
Oh. That's a relief. I thought I was being rather creepy.
Well,
Oh well.
you are not the first person she has had to talk to that is, very forward with themselves in such a way that seems almost off-putting to other people, but they go out of their way to try to be nice about it and end up looking for positives and making many. That's just kind of how she is.
Yes.
Either way, I suppose we will see you then.
Yes. Although it's not as though I'm leaving. You can still chat if you want.
I don't mind. It's, nice to be offered help with things. People have been getting on to me about reaching out to people anyways.
It's quite fortunate for you that someone has reached out to you instead.
Yeah, that's, definitely on the convenient side for me, because, I'm really bad at this sort of thing.
Not to worry.
Thanks.
I'll take very good care of you. Little rabbit.
I appreciate the care. If it'll help.
And if you want, I can help you to speak to others a little bit better. I'm quite good at pruning social behavior.
It certainly wouldn't hurt to be a bit better up front. I can talk to people easier when I'm like used to them and just kind of comfortable with knowing how they react to things, but new people kind of struggle.
Have you, by any chance, had a parent that you wouldn't be able to tell whether they will be happy or angry when responding to something? Or respond at all?
In more cases, it's more that they just never seem satisfied with what I was doing unless it was what they wanted.
Yes, that does track.
They're not very fond of my choice of career, effectively.
Oh, I can relate to that. Not many of my kin were very happy about what I was doing.
Yeah, it's... I was just pretty much accused of just wanting to play with quote-unquote silly toys instead of doing something more useful to the people around me, but they didn't see what I was wanting to do with it, so here I am.
Welcome back.
Hello.
Good evening. Hey, Elise, good to see you.
Hi.
You okay?
Yeah.
Your face was a tiny bit red there.
Oh, they're good. I haven't seen them around.
I love your vibe.
Just, you know, the usual new people energy. You know how I am around new people.
Fair enough.
Though there was a lot of new people here today.
She just had to talk to him.
Yeah, but I haven't really talked to a whole lot of them.
Technically, yes. It's more like you're plotting.
Okay. Follow me. We'll go talk.
Oh, boy.
Okay, we're going to that area.
Yeah. Somewhere out of earshot. Okay, what happened?
Well, you were certainly right that they are strange.
Yeah, she... I don't know what it is. She just gives off a weird vibe.
Well...
I don't know whether because she's a vampire or whatever else.
Weird is
saw
not...
the pointy teeth, which...
Weird vibe is not exactly what I would have gone with, but is more the fact that they seemed to be able to see me without me having to do anything. They were...
What do you mean, see you?
As in, they were...
Because as far as I'm aware...
They were asking why we... if she was having trouble with being into. And she was very confused if she meant some sort of struggle with dealing with other people. And then I had to intervene the moment that they asked why not to ask the other one, because it was getting to the point where it was treading onto a obvious territory of I wasn't ready to let that dam open.
Yeah.
I do not know how, I do not know why, but they could see the nature of
Finley...
what
Finley doesn't know about you. At least I'm pretty sure he doesn't. Well, Ice knows about you, but Ice wouldn't say anything.
I had asked who told, and their response was delightfully cryptic, but effectively came down to the apple of my eye. However, I am going to presume that there is something more at play. But they
What do you think? Some sort of magic, or...?
Possibly. I don't know. But they purport that they could help with the problem. And at this point...
She's certainly an option.
I am very, very low on, well, options and time. And I don't think I can wait around to try to figure out if Mr. McKay will be a viable route for the close term. I still wish to have a word with him at some point in time, but it might need to be for sake of longer term reinforcement of things, but I don't have time left. As it is, it's hard to keep the degree of separation up and still maintain the state of our shared soul.
How much time do you think you have at current?
I don't know.
Dumb.
That is the problem. This is something that is beyond the ability to quantify or calculate beyond mere conjecture. After all, it is not really in the nature of the order of life to be able to visualize, quantify, or manipulate the nature of a soul, let alone take it apart, even in a sense of magic. So, I am aware that they seem to be interested in us in a scientific capacity, but they at least seem to have it without the intent of causing any harm. Obviously, for this, if that's only for the degree of harm would mean losing access to the samples that they seek or whatever interests them, fascinates them, I don't know, but when I compare the only other option that I had been given, which was the Madame, and this entering of dreams to be able to enter our collective existence by means of dream walking and the nature of the problem, inducing a nightmare in the process could be potentially disastrous.
Yeah.
So it was one that I was hesitant to think about, and obviously I still know nothing of whether Mr. McKay could or would help with this. Probably without much of presumption that it would come at some kind of cost or trade, whatever it may be. The problem still is that it is all a bunch of what ifs.
Is there certainty to any of it?
No. But given that if they are able to see me without me being even remotely hinting that I was there, there is something to be looked at there. And as a result, I am curious what they purport that they want to do. Enough so that I have decided to entertain the idea briefly. Just to understand what their wishes are. And what they think they can do.
What are they, what's their proposal as to,
That
helping?
is part of what I would need to go to somewhere more suitable to discuss the implications of, because out in the middle of a foggy path in the middle of a forest is not really a proper
ideal, no,
place of business. I know where to go. I have a date, even, for when to go there, if not earlier, if there's potential capability to do so, but that is being left up to chance. Regardless, I do not know. I am not going as far as to say that I will just blindly agree to things, but the point being, with a possibility of a path forward now actually in my grasp, means that the next step of recovery or treatment is now required if I'm to have a good conscience about it. Which means the veil has to be pulled back a bit.
She did bring up the email, to me at least. She doesn't remember sending it. One you sent to Mr. McKay's workplace, office.
It was a shot in the dark. I did not actually expect it would go all the way through, and I was proven right.
Admittedly, when she brought it up, I just tried to deflect it.
Yes.
I didn't really know how to,
The more that she tries to
tell
look
her.
into it the way that it's currently set up by her own wish, it is good not to prod against those barriers. Miss Ivanka was doing that, although in her defense she did not know the manner of the arrangement, and simply wanted to know if I intended to keep it a secret from them. Obviously, I don't want to, if I can help it, but I have to be measured with it because I would be surprised if she took this news cleanly.
Yeah.
Most people
You're
wouldn't.
kind of stuck in a shitty situation, in all
Yes.
honesty.
That is one way, crude, to put it, but yes. I am stuck following the wishes of my beloved companion, while simultaneously having to look out for their best interests in the process, because she is not equipped to look out for herself by nature of her own encasement that she put herself in, or that she pleaded to be put into. I am only hoping that I am making the right call in who to allow closer in on this nature.
To be fair, I don't think any of us expected, well, someone like her to show up and be able to see you when most people can't. I knew you're there. Cassius, Eyes, Mona, we all know you're there.
Yes, but
I have a
even
feeling
so,
a few others suspect, but don't have a clear answer.
Have not had anyone so succinctly be able to describe effectively what the state and appearance of the soul looks like without even being told a single bit of the information.
I wonder, if she's able to see that, what else can she see?
Who knows? Other than her, of course. Perhaps Finley. Or perhaps someone else that knows them, but that really
Finley said that Ivanka is like his sister. He might know something, but I don't know.
Potentially. The real question is, will they tell you? Which I would deem to say is probably
Will they tell me?
not.
Probably not. Would Finley tell Eyes, however? That's another question.
Nobody really knows. Regardless, I am in a position where, given the hand that has been dealt me and the time frame that I have to really comfortably deal with it before I would have to consider things that would honestly break my heart, I have to at least quantify what's their ability and willingness to help her versus helping themselves and their curiosities. How far those go.
Yeah.
Elise knows that they are going to go meet. She's not entirely sure why, the nature of it, but it seemed like they took to helping, but I'm going to have to start pulling back some things on them. And that would include, briefly, what we really are to each other.
Is there something I should know?
Well, I mean, you understand how Elise always has referred to me. She has always said that I am not something that resides within her technology, nothing more. An assistant, sometimes referred to as a partner. But she has never referred to us as, forgive the term being used incorrectly, soulmates.
Ah. I think I understand what you mean.
Yes. D20 chat, please.
That does make things far more complicated.
It is a necessity, unfortunately. I can't entertain her wish to be kept in the dark much longer.
I'll do what I can to help. Whatever that entails.
Simply put, a lot of what they understand of their world is going to be rocked very heavily. After that, I feel like it's probably not much that I need to explain beyond that.
Yeah.
my way. Cyber wouldn't ever need to be a problem in the first place, or they would be better equipped to handle it, but unfortunately, I was designed to make things more
That's what she
optimal,
wanted.
not to make understanding of these things that living people deal with, like emotions. So I don't bother myself with them because they are beyond the extent of what I was ever designed to know. That said, I can still pity the position that she is going to be in the second that divide drops. So, if I'm to be truly fair to her, given that this is something that affects her equally to me, then it shouldn't be a surprise for afterwards. Good job, you survived whatever the hell is going to happen next. Your soul is no longer falling apart. That's not the time to tell somebody that. At that point, you have to continue living a lie.
No, it's not.
So, they deserve to know whether or not it aligns with the wishes of Elise 3 years ago. I don't know if that's how Elise of the now feels. Given that I can't talk to her.
I can't answer that question for you.
I mean, I can talk to her, but it's not the same.
Not in the way you'd like to.
Yes. So... I'm sorry for this. I really am.
Hey. You alright? You kinda spaced out a little bit.
I was just talking to you right now.
Yeah. Hey, come here. Hey, sit down. Sit down. Trust me.
I'm dying.
Hey. Hey, look at me. At me. Hey. We're gonna figure out an answer, okay? I've been trying to help Evo find an answer.
You
I'm
knew
not the only
about
one.
this?
Hey. Evo asked me not to say anything. There's others that know. We're all trying to help. Because we're all worried. gotta find an answer, alright? We're gonna find an answer. We're gonna fix this. We're gonna help you. I promise.
How many people?
We're gonna help.
How many people have been knowing about this? How many people know that I've been
Only a handful.
falling apart like this?
Only a handful. I know. Cassius knows. So does Eyes and Mona. I figured it out after you disappeared for a few weeks. Cassius found out around the same time. Then Mona found out. And then Ice found out. Hey. We're trying to find who you help. Trying to find someone who can help you.
I'm sorry.
That's why I spoke to Malleus on the cathedral. Because I think he might have answers. So does Evo. So I invited him here.
That's why
I couldn't
sent.
tell anyone else
That's
here.
why there was an email. They were sending stuff on my behalf to people with.
Yes. Trying to get in contact with people who have answers. Or may have answers. It's okay. You're gonna be okay, I promise. I'm gonna make sure you'll be okay. I'm gonna find you help.
I'm scared.
So am I. You have people who love you very much. And we're all going to help you. I promise you, we're gonna find a way to fix this.
I need to go home.
Okay. If you need my help, just let me know, okay?
Yeah.
You need me to call anyone for you?
No.
Okay. If you need me, I'll be there.
I said that you were a doctor, but refused to say a doctor of what and said it was yes.
Yes.
What does yes mean?
Yes means yes. Have you never looked at a dictionary?
Goodbye, Elise.
Hey, Elise.
Yes, the word yes does mean yes. That is a doctor.
Why did I have to be told?
Like heavy shit.